All right, welcome into the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick, before floor, an extension of 5 on the floor. Who the hell are these people on this? We'll get to it in a second. Biscayne Bay Brewing, the official beer of the 5 Reasons Sports Network, as well as the Miami Marlins. You can find it here at FTX Arena, where for a minute you just could have found Alex. But you can find the beer at the 100 level and at the 300 level. This is great local beer. Get the Tropical Bay IPA. The Regatta Double IPA, I never mentioned that one. The Miami Pale Ale, the Marlins Lager. You may not want the Marlins stuff right now, but you can get everything else at local supermarkets, as well as, of course, at restaurants like Quarterdeck and many others in South Florida. So make sure to ask for a fine name. Also, our friend, I introduced him again on our podcast last night. He'll walk right by me in section 106 tonight. He might walk by you guys, too, in section 301, Alex and Greg. MarkBrownPA.com, MarcBrownPA.com, the man with a plan. He's based right in North Lauderdale. You need an estate plan. If he explained yesterday on 5 on the floor, if you're young with a family, if you're old with a family, if you don't have a family, but you want to make sure your money goes to the right place, he's also got a title company right there in-house to go over all the forms with you, make it as uncomplicated as possible. 954-566-5678, 954-566-5678. All right, let's get to it. Brady's home tonight. Greg is here. That's our substitution. We'll see how that plays out. I'll go to you first, though, Brady, because it's a force of habit. Who's in, who's out?
Yeah, everybody's a go for Boston, obviously. Marcus Smart's going to play, even though Udoka didn't sound too confident in that, where he was just like, yeah, he's just good enough. So I don't really know too much about that, but Robert Williams is a full go as well, and no Tyler Herro. So that changes things majorly. Rotationally, I think there's an opportunity for Duncan again tonight. That ties into the thing we've been talking about the last 2 days, that maybe built a rhythm up at the end of Game 4. But it's obviously a much different look than we were kind of expecting, I guess.
Alex always makes me dizzy on these streams. All right, let's look. Let me follow up on the Herro thing, because we had some reporting on this today on the network and on Off the Floor. It's the kind of situation that he's going to have to play through significant pain. And, basically it sounds to me like they took the decision out of his hands because, you'd have to get shot up. The problem is in the NBA, you can't take a numbing shot during the game, or at least you're not supposed to. And so basically it's got to last for a couple of hours. So that would have led to all kinds of other questions. Does Tyler start to get the most out of him before the thing goes bad on him? In any case, they basically decided with him not to play. Remember, if you get through the series, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is not till next Thursday, which would mean he would have, if he doesn't play at all this series, he would have 11 days of rest. But, of course, they've got to get there first. So we'll see how that goes. And on the Boston side, it feels to me like they're just pumping up the dramatics here with Smart. I expect him to be fine. But, Greg, from the other elements of this, I mean, the reality is Tyler Herro has not been a factor during the playoffs. We keep waiting. It's like the great hope, right? But, it hasn't been there. And we did mention Duncan got a little bit of rhythm. So let me throw these 3 guys at you. Duncan Robinson, Caleb Martin, or Victor Oladipo. Who is the guy you're expecting the most from tonight?
Vic, 100%. I think that he slides into the Tyler role in a really effective way. He showed that he could do some of that stuff just with shot creation, even if the shot creation is from the free throw line. So I just think that that's the logical choice, particularly with Tyler out. The way the offense sputtered early in the last game, you always kind of had that sense of security that you were going to have a wave of offense come off the bench. They didn't have that in the last game, so I would expect that Vic has to really be the one to provide that. So that's really who I'm looking at most. But the home crowd sometimes can get a guy like Duncan going, so you can't rule it out. But for me, I mean, I've just been impressed with Depot, so no reason to veer off of that now.
And just to put one of the rumors to rest, Bam Adebayo was on the court pregame. He does not have COVID. I don't know why the boss – look, there are a couple guys with the Heat who've got it, but not players. And so, as I reported earlier today, Alex, what are you doing? Seriously, what is – okay, go. All right, but Jonathan, you know what? Keep him in the background right there. That's fine. You can pivot to him right afterwards because I'm getting seasick. Jonathan, let's go to you on this because, I feel like we're talking about other guys, but there's one guy who matters for the Miami Heat tonight. It's Jimmy Butler. If we get the Jimmy Butler, if we see the Jimmy Butler that we saw in Game 4, they have no chance to win tonight. And we know that the winner of Game 5 in these 7-game series wins 82% of the time. So you need to get this game. This essentially needs to be the best of Jimmy Butler tonight, and I don't know if he can provide it.
Yeah, it's a tough position for him to be in. I think one, he doesn't know who that number 2 scoring option is going to be, so he's going to kind of have to go out there. Sometimes you'll see that he tries to get other people going first. Sometimes you'll see that he'll have 10, 12 points in that first quarter and then start becoming a little more passive. So I think it's very contingent on what Jimmy Butler will see, depending on two things. If a number 2 guy or if a couple of different guys step up in that first quarter, score the basketball at an efficient rate. If not, then he'll probably start attacking the rim a little bit more, trying to get into the paint. Robert Williams plays a really big role in him coming back in these last 2 games. And that second thing is that knee fully healthy? I mean, last game you just saw he didn't really have that burst. He didn't have that jump. He didn't have even really get to the line. I mean, we can say about the refs, but he didn't get to the line much either. So I think for him, it's going to come down to if he's going to find that number 2 person. And if not, it's like you said, it's going to have to be the high scoring, high volume Jimmy Butler that he's going to have to get. He's going to have to attack as many mismatches that he can find. And if they're going to help off other players, those guys are going to have to hit shots. Like, this is the biggest game of the season so far. I mean, no, that doesn't need to be said, but it's the biggest game of the season. The guys are going to have to hit the shots. And if Jimmy's getting doubled, he's going to pass out. Those guys are going to have to put it in.
Well, hopefully they don't miss their first 14. That would be nice. Brady, on the pod yesterday, we talked to, you know what, let me go to Alex, because seriously, before he throws me off the ship here, and then we'll go back. Yeah, no, I think, no, it's not you talking that's the problem. It's that I'm supposed to be the one with the shaky hand on the camera here, which is why we get all the blurry photos. So look at how still I'm holding this. Look at this. Look at that work. Look at that work. It's not even blurry. But Alex, Kyle Lowry, we talked about it on the podcast last night. Prize Picks tonight, he's at 10 points. That almost feels insulting but accurate, right? Like, to where he's been this postseason. We keep saying, who's going to be the other guy to step up? How about the guy who's making $28 million?
Yep. I mean, look, the guy, 10 points is, like you said, it's insulting, but it's been accurate as to kind of the guy he's been. He hasn't really stepped up that much as a scorer yet. You need more from him, period. Like I said on the podcast, I understand everything he does and all the value he brings on the floor, half court, on defense, in transition, all that. But the half court stuff really, it's being underplayed, right? Because if he's, contributing with kind of setting guys up and all of that, it's not enough, right? I don't think it's enough if you're trying to get to where they're trying to get to, right? And specifically the NBA Finals, right? You're right here in the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 5, biggest game. There's going to be plenty of times between the two bigs that they're dropping between Grant and Al, sometimes with Rob as well. Like, there's going to be plenty of times where that shot is there and he's going to have to take it. I know he's always looking to set Bam up on the roll, set other guys up, specifically shooters, but he's got to look for his own shot more. And this is the real season, right? Like, the playoffs is what he refers to as the real season. We're now in the biggest game of the season. I need Kyle to step up. I don't need him to be 25 points, but he's got to take more shots. Same goes for Bam.
I mean, you're totally right. It's the real season of the real season at this point. I mean, this is it. This is, to me, Brady, the winner of this game wins this series. That's the way this thing typically plays out. I don't foresee any situation, and I'm just going to lay it out here now. If the Heat if the Heat lose tonight, that they win the next game. I don't see it happening. I don't think this team is in physical shape to do it. It may be loser talk, but I'm sorry, they don't got LeBron this time. Okay, they got Jimmy Butler on a gimpy knee. I don't see it in a Game 6 situation, which is why I'm giving you my pick early. I'm picking the Heat tonight because I picked them at 7, so they got to figure out a way to win this one. But let's get into the Robert Williams factor a little bit more here, Brady, because Udoka said, he says there's no minute limitation, but we're kind of spotting him for the best matchups. It feels like they're spotting him for Bam, right?
Yeah, kind of. Or to just plot him on somebody near the lane just to clog it up a bit. Like, that's what they did to Bam the last game. They just collapsed on him where he had no room to operate in the lane. I think the reason the Robert Williams is such a big factor is if you're Miami, you have to do what teams do to Bam all the time. And that's basically force a switch and eliminate him from the play. That's what they've done so many times. It's specifically late in games, they do that to Bam all the time, where they get him on a shooter, they clear it all the way to the deep corner, and then they operate on the other side of the floor. Miami has to do that. Like, get a Max Strus off the ball, switch. You go to that corner, and then all of a sudden you're running an empty corner for Jimmy and Bam on the opposite side. And that's good offense. Like, last game, there was too much of, we're going to put Rob Williams on Jimmy in the dunker spot or PJ in the corner. We're going to help off and dare you to make that pass. Like, they were the people that were making the decisions in that last game. Miami has to be the ones that are forcing them to adjust. So I think that's the biggest thing, just constant off-ball movement to force those switches. And that's where I keep coming back to. Like, when people keep talking about the offense last game, yeah, they missed shots. But, like, a lot of those possessions is just 2 people in an action and 3 people standing. That's not Heat offense. No matter if it's injuries are happening, if Jimmy Butler's not right, they have to be moving at all times. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to beat a Boston defense in the half court. Their best offensive stretches have come getting turnovers, getting in transition. But if it's half court, get them moving, and then obviously you can work from there in space.
The other thing that would help tonight is Max Strus and Gabe Vincent not having donuts in the first half, or in Max's case for the entire game last time. They got to get something out of these guys who perform well, particularly at home, the entire season. I do want to mention prizepicks.com. Use the code 5, FIVE. Get your initial deposit match up to $100. A couple of picks that I like tonight, because I'm just going to throw it out there. If Kyle Lowry can't score 10 points, which is the number out there on Prize Picks tonight, they're not winning this game, in my view. So I picked him for a win. I'm going to go with Kyle over on 10, and I'm also going to go over on Jaylen Brown on points, rebounds, and assists. He and Tatum have kind of rotated carrying this team. Brown was not real effective in the last game. I expect him to be more effective in this game, particularly now with Smart playing on the ball a little bit more. I feel it'll give Jaylen some opportunities to operate tonight, and we'll see how that goes. Jonathan, give me one key tonight. I mean, we've talked this thing to death now for the last 48 hours. So before we get to the rest of the picks here, and Greg will start with those, give me one key here tonight that you see that we haven't discussed, like I said, to death.
Yeah, I'm going to go with rebounding. I think last game in the first quarter, we got out-rebounded by double digits, and they were getting a bunch of offensive rebounds. Robert Williams, Al Horford, all those guys were just out-hustling us, making extra plays. We can't give that team that's so potent on offense and on defense second opportunities and more shots at a field goal. They have too many prolific scorers and good shooters on that team to, if you give them one too many chances, they're going to hit eventually. So I think Miami is going to really have to solid up on that rebounding, limit them to one possession, and then make sure we set our offense from there.
All right. Greg, this came in. Alfredo, our guy, posted, it's up to Markieff Morris to save our season. I know he's joking. But honestly, it's not a terrible idea to play him ahead of Dedmon tonight, is it?
No, and I mean, he was getting shots up late last night, so maybe that's in preparation for an expanded role, albeit in limited minutes, because I think both of them should be limited. I think that's something to think about. Dedmon has looked spent, and that would be an interesting Game 5 wrinkle to do in such a high leverage situation. But guys, this is the biggest Miami Heat home game since Six was wearing a Miami Heat jersey. LeBron, the Big Three era. I mean, there hasn't been a bigger home game since this game tonight. So for me, I'm picking the Heat because I'm in attendance. But for prize picks, I'm going over on Jimmy. And to your point, Jaylen Brown on rebounds, that's easy money, guys. Use the code 5 to get your deposit doubled. But then that's an easy one that you're going to get the over on right off the bat. Jaylen Brown, 6.5 rebounds. Take the over, but the Heat get the victory tonight.
6, you mean Eddie or you mean Rio? Which one do you mean? Oh, the other guy. I'm sorry. I forgot about. By the way, this is just so people understand this, because Annie Ellsberg came up to me before the game and asked why I was in the building, because they didn't want me here tonight. I could just argue that. And Greg and I actually drove down together, so it was Greg's responsibility to make sure I'm not here. I think they wanted you here, Brady. But this is your first game here, Greg, since when? Because we're going to blame this on you tonight.
So this is my first game since year one of the Big Three, my first home game since year one of the Big Three. So do the math on that. It's been a long time. But guys, we got to chill off Ethan here. And I said this to him in the car. He's been at every Miami Heat playoff victory, every Miami Heat finals victory, and every championship victory. He's not a jinx. Stop. As much as I want to call him a jinx because it's hilarious, he's not a jinx. All of those Dwayne wins, all the memories. He was at all of them.
But Greg, imagine how much they would have won if I hadn't been there. Seriously, like you mentioned 2011, that wouldn't have happened. 2014 in San Antonio, that wouldn't have happened. They would have won all of them. All right, Alex, I'll flip over to you here. Who wins tonight other than the Pepto-Bismol that I'm going to have to take from watching you here on this stream? Who wins?
The Pepto-Bismol that I'm going to have to take from sitting through this game. No, but seriously, I've got the Heat winning tonight. I think, they've been awesome at home. I think they're going to respond tonight. That's kind of been, everything that's happened this season, everything that's happened in this playoffs has led me to believe that we're gonna get a strong response from them tonight, even without Tyler. I think more of the role guys are gonna hit their shots, and they're gonna get a little bit more in that in between range, a little bit more from three than they have in the, the 2 games in Boston and other games. So I think that's gonna be the type of stuff that puts them over the top in the game that's so slim when it comes to margin for error. So I've got the Heat winning tonight.
Jonathan, you are like
Let's see some
shadow.
drops.
Jonathan is the shadow optimist because like Greg gets a hard time for picking him all the time. I'm trying to remember the game that Jonathan picked against him this year.
He hasn't, because he's smart. He's like me. Why approach life cynically like that?
It's not going to be tonight, is it?
No, I'm taking the Heat. Like, yeah, we're still taking the Heat regardless. I mean, all day long, I still haven't taken a poop yet because of how anxious I've been for this game. So I'm super nervous. You know what I mean? I'm still waiting to this game to end. Hopefully we get the win. But Miami has a couple things that we're going to have to do tonight. Boston can come in and they can smack us like they did in game 2. Like, we have to be wary that is a potential for them. So we have to respect the threat of that. Like Brady said, they weren't playing Miami Heat offense in that first half of those games. Like, missing 14 straight shots, they were taking step back jumpers, isolation shots. They weren't moving the ball. They weren't screening outside. They weren't doing anything to get into the set of offense that they were all season long. They're going to have to get into their set sooner, make decisions faster, get Robert Williams out of the play, and I think that's going to be a big part of it. We're going to need Bam to step up. He can't have 5 shots. If Bam has anything less than 12 shots tonight, I think we lose this game. I think he's going to have to get over 12. And the three-point shooting is going to have to be on tonight. The whole playoffs has been a little bit below what we've been in the regular season. Tonight needs to be the night that epitomizes all season long. So I think Miami Heat get it done. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think it's the first close game of the series, but I think we get it done.
I'm with you on that. I do think this is going to be a close game. I think this, as I said on the podcast last night, I think the series is going to normalize now. We've seen the blowouts, and I think we're going to get home wins for both sides. I think we're going to be right back here on Sunday night, honestly. I think Miami wins tonight. Boston wins game 6, and they come right back here. Brady, I mean, you have something.
You're supposed to pick Boston.
I know, but I'm sorry. I think the Heat to win this series is not happening unless they win tonight. And I think we've seen a response from them every time they've been embarrassed. Greg has hit on that. I do think the role guys will be better. I think Strus in particular will be better. And I do think we're going to get a little bit of a breakout here from Lowry now that he's a few days away from the hamstring bothering him significantly. But Brady, I mean, you got something to gain tonight because if they lose tonight, nobody's blaming you. But what do you think?
Well, I think first of all, I think this is a Jimmy Butler game. That's what I've been kind of saying from the start. Like, there haven't been many times where he follows up a poor performance, depending on injury or not. He always comes back really strong offensively, at least. And I think what we've seen over time is that Jimmy Butler's big games always kind of coincides, at least it wins, with shooting, with role players shooting specifically. I think this is the game. I know Jonathan just talked about the 3-point numbers. I think this is the game. If they win it, it's going to be because of the relief buckets from PJ in the corner, the Strus 3 that comes in the third quarter out of nowhere, because I do think this will be a closer game. But shooting is going to be the biggest thing from the role players. And I know Ethan keeps talking about Kyle Lowry. I think the pull-up for him, specifically the 3, can bend this entire defense. Like, that's the big key here. So if they're able to bend the defense in that way where they start hitting shots and now Robert Williams has to stay 2 feet away from the corner instead of 4 feet, like, that could make the difference in this game and potentially swing the series. So I think the Heat win this one.
Can the free throw attempts be even? Can we just have that, please?
Yeah, I think they will be closer to even tonight. Actually, hold on. I'm being swarmed by the Golden Oldies. Let me slide a little bit out of here. Hold on. I think I've been asked to join. Yes, I was gonna say that. You know what? I don't need that.
Are they asking you out?
I just see Ethan walking.
I don't need that from any of you. All right. Like I said, I like them to win tonight. Go to prizepicks.com. Use the code 5 FIVE. Alejandro, don't be afraid during that in-game show to throw the code up there so everybody can get it during the game as well. Check out the Spanish language preview as well with Alejandro and Ricardo. Did you guys do that already? That's already out.
We did it already. Yeah.
All right. So if you want that, check that out. That's up there. Prize Picks on 5 is up there as well. Also, Pace and Space at halftime. Post up 5 hour after the game. With Royal, I have no idea where we're potting from tonight or who's potting, but somebody will be potting. We may be at the Freedom Tower trying to find an outlet, but we're going to find somewhere to podcast tonight, so we'll figure out a way to do it. Have a good night, everybody. Remember, if they lose, it's Greg's fault. Yes. Good night.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for today's pregame show. Remember, if you have not done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 19,000 subscribers before the end of this series. And this is game 5 already. So you're right on time to do that. We're almost a little bit more than 300 subscribers away. So we think we can get to that number sometime soon. Let's go right away and listen to what Eric Spoelstra said about tonight's game. Game 5 of this series. Let's look for it right here. Today it's the 25th. Give me a second here as we get it. The 25th. Here we go. Eric Spoelstra talking about tonight's matchup. Miami Heat facing the Boston Celtics. Game 5 at FTX Arena. Let's go.
I would like to just say something. Obviously, it was just tragic news yesterday. I left shoot around the other day, and it was after game. Before game 1, I went straight to school to pick up my boys, and my wife used to be a junior high teacher, and we're just devastated by the news, and can't even imagine what that community and the families are feeling, in that kind of scenario, going to school and seeing all the police cars and everything. So I think there's certainly after continued events, there's a call to action. I think everybody is trying to figure out a way to be heard, to force some kind of change, from the people that can make change. I just really feel for all the families.
Eric, sorry to turn it back to basketball. Tyler, was there something you were hoping to see in the interim, and what did you see to lead to this decision of being out again?
I mean, obviously you have hope, but I kind of had an idea, when we were leaving, that he does need some rest and recovery. These can be tricky. I know how badly he wants to be out there, and that's why, we'll listen to him. But these decisions have to be made by the training staff and our doctors, and we just have to be responsible, to our guys as human beings. This is admirable what both sides are doing, right now, but you don't want to be irresponsible as well.
Thank you. Eric, you had to make a similar message on February 14, 2018, after the Parkland shooting. Just, as a basketball coach, but also a human being and a father, how difficult is it to
compartmentalize?
Yes.
It is tough.
Yeah.
That's very tough. My wife and I had, kind of a tough afternoon, reflecting on it last night for those very reasons. And it does feel like just yesterday that we were going up there, and spending time in that community, and just the shock that it was happening, so real in our neighborhood, really, in our community, but it just continues to happen. And I know everybody is saying that there needs to be a call to action. I think what this is forcing people to do is just to figure it out, including myself. We don't have the answers, but we want to be heard to be able to force change to the people that can actually make the change.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right, that was Eric Spoelstra, Coach. Eric Spoelstra talking about the situation going on in Texas. It happened in Buffalo also a couple of weeks ago, and it's been a recurring theme here in the United States, sadly. And also about basketball, Game 5 of this series, the Miami Heat facing the Boston Celtics. Let's go ahead now and listen to the guys, the 5 on the floor. What can they change? What can the Miami Heat change in order to not face what they faced in Game 4 of that series in Boston, and also in Game 2 of this series, when they lost to the Boston Celtics in Miami. So let's go ahead and listen to this episode of 5 on the floor right away. Give me a second here as I find it in my folder. Where is it? To pivot. There it is. The pivot to Game 5 brought to you by the 5 on the Floor guys. Here on the 5 Reasons
Welcome to the
YouTube
latest
channel.
episode of
Let's
5
get
on the
ready
Floor on
to
the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Thanks for joining
Game
us on
5.
your favorite podcast app. We're on Podbean, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're also on Dash Radio on their Nothing But Net channel every single weeknight at 7 p.m. Subscribe to 5 Reasons YouTube. If you don't, you might miss the fact that, say, Norris Cole appeared with our Gad Cartagena and the rest of his crew on that channel. Hit the subscribe button. You get Before Floor an hour before every game. Post up 5 hours as soon as the Heat game ends, and content throughout the day on all the South Florida teams. 5reasonsports.com. Spell that one out. You get the latest takeaways from Brady Hawk on the Heat and from our Dolphins writers on the Dolphins, and again, all of the other teams in town. We do not have a paywall, and the great sponsors of the 5 Reasons Sports Network. We mention this one all the time. This is our official fantasy sponsor. Get in, get your deposit in before game 5 and play. It's Prize Picks. You can download it at either prizepicks.com or on the App Store or on the Google Play Store. It is free to download. And if you put anywhere up to $100, they will match anywhere up to $100. You don't need to play it all at once. You can play 2, 3, 4, 5 players together. You can play all the NBA games. And of course, you can play all the other games and other sports, and you can mix and match from different sports. So go to Prize Picks. Again, get your free money, put down up to $100, and they will match it. But you got to use that code FIVE. And now, today's episode.
Yeah. 5 on the floor, ride for my dogs. Where here's the thing, you can check the score. Hustle hard, couple scars, wearing bubble frauds. Just like Butler said, you in trouble, y'all. Kept the floor playing, got it all banned. Y'all seen the block, stop with one hand. And Pat we trust, it's about to have the guts. We're here to bring the heat, y'all can hang it up.
Welcome to 5 on the Floor, a daily insider show on the Miami Heat and the NBA, featuring Ethan Skolnick, Greg Sylvander, and Alex Toledo, plus others from the 5 Reasons Sports Network.
All right, Ethan Skolnick back on 5 on the Floor. I'm back from Boston. I apologize for that. A lot of people are upset about me for going up. I can tell you I am not booking a flight for Game 6, so can't blame me for that one. Although if we have a watch party, I'm sure I'll get blamed for that. I've got Brady Hawk. You can follow him at Brady Hawk 305. You can follow Alex Toledo at Tropical Blanket. And this is a crazy series because the Heat are down 2-2. I mean, this is pretty much what I've gotten from Twitter today. The Heat are down 2-2. They have 2 of the last 3 games of this series at home. They are set up to have home court because of the regular season that they had. They would seemingly be in good position if you just dropped them in from the sky and said, hey, you're going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. If we did this in, I know this is, we do this all the time, but if we did this in October, November, so you're going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, 2-2, going home for 2 out of 3 games against the Boston Celtics. Marcus Smart is banged up. You've got Jimmy Butler banged up and Tyler Herro banged up. Robert Williams, you don't know from game to game if he's going to play. This is the scenario. Would you take it? Every Heat fan would have taken that. And yet, here we are, and everybody's panicked because that was, and there's no excusing this, that was a complete no-show, okay? You missed your first 14 shots. It's hard to do that without trying, all right? Offensively, the spacing was terrible. Defensively, the effort was okay. Rebounding, it was atrocious. And we can blame the officials to a certain degree because you should not have 4-to-1 ratios of free throws in the playoffs, which is basically what you had up there in Boston in the 2 games. But the Heat contributed to that with the way that they played. I mean, you have to make it look, got to make it look obvious at least, okay? You let the officials off the hook by playing that way. So I'm not excusing it. I recommend people listening to the podcast that Alex and Greg did directly after the game because that kind of encapsulated some of it. But we're going to move forward a little bit. And we did not really prep for this episode. So we're just going to kind of first thing that comes to mind here. And I'm going to go to Brady first on this. If you were to tell me one thing that they could fix on the offensive end, other than the obvious, like make a shot, okay, which obviously we know, what would be the thing? Like what needs to look better in Game 5 at home?
I think the first thing that kind of combines schematics and health is Jimmy Butler. Like when you look at that game that happened in Game 4, a lot of that was Jimmy Butler just didn't have the ball in his hands. Like a lot of it was he was like in the dunker spot with Robert Williams or Al Horford on him. And that is best case scenario for a Celtics defense. Like they want to have that big man sitting there lurking around the rim to have maximum rim protection. When you start utilizing him on the perimeter, it puts a little bit more pressure. Now you have him as an attacker. So I think that's the first thing. The second thing is that it's the counter adjustments that need to be made. And that is, at the beginning of this game, we could talk about Bam Adebayo's aggression, but he was being collapsed on in the middle of the lane in game 4. Like every time he got the ball there, if he was on a roll or if it was a set drawn up for him, everybody was collapsing. And they don't collapse from the wings. They collapse from the corners. They're basically daring you to kick it out to PJ Tucker for a 3. Like you may like that at home. Like PJ Tucker will probably hit a couple of those on game 5, but when you're sitting there in Boston and Bam Adebayo just had this big masterpiece of a game with 31 points, that seemed to be like their play there. Like it was just going to be the clog the lane as much as possible, especially if Jimmy's not an on-ball threat. And then it combined with the fact now you have Kyle Lowry and Max Strus that are forced into these perimeter on-ball creators, which, yeah, Kyle Lowry is to a certain extent, but now Strus is being forced into it and they're overplaying the perimeter. So I think to sum it up, it just has to be the starters. Like 18 points in a playoff game in the Eastern Conference Finals, not to rehash it, is the issue. Like they just need to move forward, get back to what worked in terms of just spamming Jimmy Butler on ball creation in those lineups, especially if you don't have Tyler Herro. Like that has to be the way. Like, yeah, it can work in a game with Bam if he's being aggressive, but you just need Jimmy. And that's what ties into the health. Like, is he fully healthy right now after the game? Game 4, he said he was. He said that had nothing to do with it. I don't know if I fully believe that. Like it just didn't seem like he was into it in terms of after game, I think it was 3. He said after the game, I just want to keep running into people. Like I'm not even going to take a 3 because I just want to keep getting to the line. It didn't look like he had that mindset in game 4. So if he has that mindset in game 5, I expect a big game. So I think a lot of that is just on him, depending on the Tyler Herro status for game 5.
Yeah, and Alex, we don't know what Tyler Herro's status is going to be as we speak. And, Ramona Shelburne's report is that this is maybe a more significant injury than the Heat were letting on at first, and that he's pushing his way back. Maybe he wouldn't in the regular season. I do feel like there was a lot. This is what was weird to me about Twitter today, is that there was so much focus on Bam. And as I'm watching that game, from, way up in the rafters above a bunch of banners, I wasn't really thinking about Bam that much. I was thinking about Jimmy, and I was thinking about the fact that nobody on the rest of the team could buy a shot. The fact that Kyle looked disengaged. PJ looked, PJ's had some games this year where he's looked old. That was one of those games. I mean, they've been kind of few and far between. The fact that Strus, went 15 minutes and didn't put anything in the box score, 0 for 7, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 points. Like I was a little surprised everybody went to Bam again. I mean, are we at the stage that everybody's expecting 31 from him every game? Because I'm not. Like I was not expecting an encore. I wasn't expecting last night, but I wasn't expecting an encore.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's what happens when we get these Bam games, because it's like, as Heat observers, all our well wishes and best hopes of what Bam's game can be and has evolved into and can continue evolving into gets realized until the next few games happen when he inevitably doesn't do it again. And, I'm as much of a Bam guy as anybody else here. I'm always trying to defend him against people who say he's not a max player or he's not a 5 or, he's not good enough for you to be, for him to be one of the best players on your team in order to win a title with. I, vehemently disagree with all those things. Other than that, I just don't really think of him. I think my expectations are lower when it comes to his scoring, right? I just don't think of him as somebody who's able to do that every game, even though he has the skill to do so. I just have not seen him do that over 3 years with him as a starter and a main piece of what they do on offense. They just don't look to him as a scorer enough. And I think it's always been 50-50 of how the team and the coach uses him and the other 50 is Bam's mentality. And does he want it? Is he doing the right things, to get himself in position to take advantage of mismatches, things like that, just kind of making himself available offensively. And that's something that wanes game by game because it feels like, option number 1 is always to set up everybody else. Right. And I think we'll have some games where you go away from that and you see something completely different from what you've seen in these 3 seasons. And he has these flashes. That's why we want to see more, but he is not that guy on a game-to-game basis yet.
And Jimmy has been that guy, and that's the thing. And I think that's where it starts.
Except last night
with Brady. Yeah, I mean that he has to be better. They can't win without him. I think the one thing that the national pundits have gotten right They haven't gotten a lot right, but I think the one thing they have gotten right is, it's been Tatum or Brown pretty much. I mean, Brown, with the game that Tatum struggled, Brown kept them in it. They kind of take turns too. Like they're not, they're not like fully formed duo in any way. Okay. You would think they would be. They seem to have complementary skill sets, but they're not. And they do take turns in the same way that we kind of talk about Jimmy and Bam taking turns, even though, again, Bam is not the scorer that either of them are. But at least one has picked up the slack for the other. So Bam picked up the slack for Jimmy when Jimmy was out, but it doesn't seem like Bam can do it when Jimmy is playing and banged up, right? Because then they're still getting in each other's way. It's just that Jimmy's ineffective, and especially when you're throwing length at them. So let's get to this factor, and then after the break, I want to get to a couple of other things. It appears Robert Williams is probably good to go for the rest of this series. I don't think he's going to be out for Game 5. We haven't heard that. He got through Game 4. He has made a big difference. For all the talk about Marcus Smart, Bam does not seem to be aggressive with Robert Williams. And then we saw Robert Williams' length bother Jimmy. And again, some of that may be injury related, but it's there. So Brady, how do they counter the Robert Williams thing?
I'll start off by saying, as of right now, the injury report just came out, and he's questionable along with Marcus Smart. So that changes things majorly, probably even more than the Marcus Smart element, because as you're saying, I don't think it's a coincidence that that's happening when he's out. Like a lot of that he's doing for himself. The first thing is something I touched on before. It's like the Jimmy element of when you're utilizing a guy that's being defended under the rim, that maximizes Robert Williams. He can cover so much ground. And you're able to kind of throw that off. But the other guy who's guarding a ton is PJ Tucker. And that ties into what you were just talking about. If maybe he looked old in that game and he has to be utilized a different way, he's going to dip off PJ in that corner. I had this play in mind where Horford and him, I can't even remember if it was Horford or Rob Williams that got the block, but they just absolutely blocked his floater because they were just dipping off and allowing him to do that. I think the counter to that is if the Celtics are going to switch, which we've seen they've been very willing to go into drop, which ties into Tyler Herro not playing, because if they're going to continue to go drop more and more without Tyler playing, that hurts Miami's offense. That's another thing to go back to what was happening. But the counter is try to get Robert Williams on a shooter. Like maybe he's not utilized. You can't shoot over the top of him because he's a good perimeter defender, but just try to get him away from the play. I tie it into the Bam element where we talked about on so many occasions this regular season where teams would basically eliminate Bam from the play. They would say, okay, we want to get a Bam switch. We're going to go into the deep corner with our best shooter and just try to just eliminate him and go 4-on-4, because that's probably better off for our offense than going 5-on-5 with Bam. There's times where I think they do the same thing with Robert Williams. The question is, are they going to be willing to switch that? Like, are they going to be able to switch those actions? I'm not sure. The only way they do is if PJ makes them pay, as he has at home, specifically in Game 1 or Game 3, where if he's slipping the screen and getting to his floater, scores the first 5 points of the game like he did at home, that changes things. Then now they have to start switching things. So I think a lot of it ties into PJ Tucker. But Robert Williams, he really does. He can wreck things up defensively. So if they can find a way to get him on a shooter, and they did it in Game 1, I think it was, or actually I think it was Game 2. They started the game really hot, Miami did, and they went up 18-8. And Gabe Vincent and Max Strus both hit a 3 to start the game because, as Udoka said after the game, they were switching really low and allowed shooters to shoot over the top. Now they started switching higher and they were able to recover. If you can get back to that base coverage and start shooting over the top and forcing them to adjust, that feels like the biggest thing to gotta eliminate Rob Williams in that way.
Alex, you wanted to chime in on this because I know you and Greg hit on this a little bit last night.
Well, no, I was actually saying in the chat that if you wanted to pivot and go move forward in the pod, because me and Leif talked on it last night. But I think what Brady brought up was, extremely relevant, because it just takes away, like they're elite at keeping teams from taking corner threes for a reason. And Rob Williams is a huge part of that, right? And I think that's something that's kind of been taken away this series. I haven't pulled up those numbers yet, but the last time I was looking at them, they were very bad for Miami. Like they were not hitting, I think it was 18% before last night from corner three. So that's one of the biggest ways that they, get a release foul on offense when PJ's there. And Rob Williams has just done a great job contesting on those. And they just in general have really stuck to their game plan of keeping things away from the rim, forcing the Heat into a lot of tougher in-between shots that they might not necessarily want to take first and foremost. right? And so they're forcing the Heat to counter, I think, more than the Heat are. And I have other stats that will back that up as well, because, you know, I think just to sum it up, the Celtics are more or less taking the same shot profile that they did during the regular season. It hasn't changed much. And the same cannot be said for the Heat. Like, their shot profile has, as far as shot distribution from what area on the floor, has changed a lot more drastically in this series, just in this series specifically, than the Celtics had. So I think they're just doing a better job in general of, you know, sticking to their game plan. But regardless, it's 2-2. Like I said on last night's show, you know, you have home court advantage and you have 2 out of 3 at home. And just, it feels like, although the Heat are losing all these quarters, because that's really what's important according to NBA Twitter, despite all that, you know, you have the advantage.
I'm with you. And I'm going to get into that next, because I think that Heat fans are kind of freaked out here for no reason, not remembering how a lot of these series go, and not remembering where they were 2-2 against Philadelphia after losing to the two games that Joel Embiid played. And we were having this conversation going into Game 5, saying it's a totally different series now. You know, and Heat fans.
I mean, there's been one defining run in every game in this series, right? Like, that's it. There's been one defining run, you know, whether one defining quarter in every single game, right? So these games have been pretty similar in that way.
Yeah, look, you know, I don't want to get into the whole Ime Udoka thing about the one. Look, I think Boston's outplayed Miami over the course of this series, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, they could blow them out in Game 6 too up in Boston, but if Miami wins 2 squeakers, they're going to the finals. I mean, you're just trying to limp through this thing at this point. Like, that's where you're at. There's another conversation that we can have if they get through this thing, because I don't know what Miami's going to have left for Golden State, honestly, assuming that it is going to be Golden State. And I think we're all assuming that with a 3-0 lead as we're recording this. I don't like the Heat in that series at all. But, you know, I still think this thing is winnable. And I want to touch on that here after the break. Before I do, I want to tell you about U-Break Wheel Fix, okay? They're based in North Miami. They do everything there. The wheel repair, the refinishing, they do the powder coating for you. They'll get your wheels looking nice. We know what happens here in the streets of South Florida. They can be extremely unforgiving, particularly as the weather starts to get worse. They've got a new facility, U-Break. It's the letter U, Break Wheel Fix. They've moved to a bigger facility hopefully because we've sent so many people there. You can find them at 1848 Northeast 143rd Street in North Miami. They're right across from the City of North Miami Public Works. You can reach them at 305-748-0112 or go to ubreakwheelfix.com. That's the letter U, breakwheelfix.com. Again, they do everything there. You can even get the old Vice colors if you want them on your wheels. Reach out to Mark and everybody down there. Mention 5 Reasons. You'll get a discount, or check them out on Instagram. Again, it's ubreakwheelfix. All right, one narrative thing here before we're going to get to what we think is going to happen here. But I just want to mention, you know, one other thing. So many of these Heat series have pivoted on the Game 5s. Okay. You know, people remember a lot of the Game 6s and obviously LeBron and, you know, up in Boston and obviously Ray Allen's Game 6 and many of them. But many of these series obviously have pivoted on the Game 5s. And this is going to be an energized crowd. It's an 8:30 start. Heat fans will be there on time, okay? Because they were in the last 2 8:30 starts, all right? It's a traffic thing for the most part. And I think the energy in that building is going to lift this team. I do. This felt to me like a team that knew Jimmy wasn't completely right, got their win, and when they started to have some frustration early, they just let the thing go. And one of the things that I noticed, you know, they got it within 18 with about 5.5 minutes left. Now, if they had just been playing the game and were down 18 with 5.5 minutes left, Eric Spoelstra would not have pulled his starters. If the starters were playing to take them to that point, they weren't. And I know, Alex, I heard you on the podcast talk about that you were a little, you thought he pulled them too early in the third quarter. The subs did get them back into the game to a certain degree, right? Between Caleb and Duncan and Vic in particular. But I think if the Heat had a different mindset on this thing as an organization, Eric might have gotten the starters back in there with 5.5, 6 minutes left. He didn't. Okay. And so I'm not saying they punted the game. They didn't. I'm not going to do the thing that everybody's been doing in the national media. You know, the Heat did, you know, this isn't about this. The Celtics played well enough defensively to win that game. They were not very good offensively, but they played well enough offensively. So I'm going to give the Celtics credit for it. But I think the Heat's attitude on that game was, let's try to get it. Everything went wrong early. I don't think that was maximum effort Miami Heat from an organizational perspective in that second half. I just don't. And so I think coming home, they're going to look better in this game. I don't have any question about that. But I'm going to come back to this. Somebody has got to pick up Jimmy Butler. It's the same conversation we had earlier in the series. And if Tyler is forcing himself out there, we don't know what he's going to look like. PJ is not that kind of player, and he looked a little bit limited in the last game. I'm pointing at somebody different in this one. I want to see Kyle Lowry pick it up offensively. You know, I mean, I as a basketball fan, I appreciate what Kyle brings. I appreciate the hit-ahead passes. I appreciate him getting everybody organized. I appreciate him dealing with the officials so the other players don't have to. I appreciate him getting in guys' ears. I appreciate all of that. At a certain point, though, your $30 million point guard needs to score. He just does when others can't. And so, I mean, is that unfair at this stage? Like, we're now past the hamstring injury enough. He doesn't look limited by that right now. So I'll go to both of you guys. Do you think, Brady, that that's more for Kyle here?
Yeah, I think he has to. If you look at the other starters, we know what Bam is in a consistency scoring basis, especially if they're trying to eliminate him. You know what PJ is. Max is obviously an ignitable player that could get hot at certain times. But right now, you probably, with Tyler out, feel more comfortable with Oladipo being your second scorer than anybody else in the roster, at least at this exact moment. Kyle Lowry kind of needs to be, because of the stuff we talked about earlier in the episode, with the way Boston's adjusting their defense. They're basically daring the guards to score the basketball. They're daring you, if they're going to overplay the perimeter, they're daring you into these pull-ups. Jimmy even talked about after the game, they were kind of taking too many mid-range shots, and that's what Celtics want to do. They want to force you, as Alex said before, the in-between shots that Tyler was actually really good at early in the series. Kyle Lowry kind of needs to be that guy. Like, it just is what it is at this stage, that if he can get them those relief baskets in a game that's not 18-1 to start, or you're 0 for 14 to start a game. In a normal game, when Jimmy Butler needs his second guy, yes, we're going to look to Tyler, we're going to look to Bam. But Kyle Lowry is going to have an ability to basically stretch things out in a way that Boston looks to certain guys, where like Marcus Smart gets a relief bucket after Jason Tatum and Brown are kind of the controlling factors. Like, they need that from Kyle Lowry. We know the element of, I think he did a good job getting Bam involved in game 3. I don't think he's getting to the rim as much as we originally thought, I think, before the season. But the pull-up is still there. The pull-up is being given to him. If he's able to take that pull-up, there were times where he took deep threes, even in this past game, and he hit it. So they're going to need him. I think the guards are the topic here. They're going to need Gabe Vincent and Victor Oladipo and these other guys that we could talk about. Yeah, they're great pieces to utilize in a playoff game. But now it's 2-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals heading into Game 5. It's a best of 3 series. You have to win 2. They need Kyle Lowry right now. They need his leadership, and they need him on the floor as much as possible if he's healthy. Like, they just need his control of the game, because there's just too many points now where if they have a bad quarter or a bad stretch, which is happening a ton in this series on both sides, I just don't know if Miami can recover in that way. Like, they need his control over these next 3.
What do you think, Alex? I mean, is it too much to ask Kyle, coming off of the hamstring situation, to give you 18 to 20 in this game?
I don't think so. I mean, like, when you talk about specific numbers, it's always tough with Kyle, because we've seen that he that's not necessarily what he likes to do. But we've also seen flashes from him, towards the end of the season and in some of these playoff games where he's more willing to take shots that he wasn't necessarily taking during the regular season. We saw those real season comments, and that's it. That's the standard you got to hold him to, right? He was a $30 million acquisition. It's not about the money, but it's insane to me that, he has not given you more, right? And I know that he's been dealing with a lot. I know that hamstring injury is tough. I really think when he's on the floor, when he's not scoring, he's still a very impactful player. As a half-court guy, as a guy who pushes the pace a little bit, gets him out in transition more, still defends at a high level for his age. Like, I value what he does. But at the end of the day, you need more from him. And it's not just him, right? Like, you need more from him you need more from Bam. For as much as I'll defend him, he doesn't need to be a 31 points guy. He just got to be somewhere in between what he's been this series and, I think what he was during the regular season. Because although it might be tougher to get to those, to that standard that he was at during the regular season versus a defense like this, he's got to be a lot closer to that, right? And I think the same can be said for everybody who was in the starting unit last night, because that was historically bad. I think, 18 points combined was like the lowest amount of points from a starting unit in a certain amount of time in 50 years or something like that. So, you got a historically bad effort, 7 of 34, or 7 of 36 combined shooting from the starting unit. I don't think that's going to happen again. But in general, like, it's got to be on the team to shoot and perform better in the half court, because the Celtics have the edge in half court offense by a decent margin in this series. I think the rebounding has been close with the Celtics having an edge. Transition has been close with the Heat having an edge. And then the turnover stuff, I think, is the one X factor in each game that might help decide things. But really, I was mentioning before, like the Heat are taking a lot more mid-range shots, less shots at the rim, less threes, while the Celtics have more or less stayed the same as far as the shots they're taking. Not only that, the Heat are shooting 32% from three in this series and 40% from mid-range, which is vastly below where they were in the regular season. Now, they're actually shooting higher at the rim percentage-wise than they did during the regular season, but getting there less. So, again, the Celtics are enforcing their game plan just a little bit better, even though the series is tied. At least that's what the data suggests. But like I said before, just to come full circle, every game has been defined by one big run. So I'm just trying to paint a picture of what's happened so far. And it seems to me that the Heat are just vastly underperforming, even with the Celtics' great defense and game plan. The Heat need to hit some of these shots, man.
This is the only place in the country you'll hear about that the Heat are underperforming. Everywhere else, it's the Celtics are doing it to them. And when the Celtics lose, the Celtics are underperforming. All right. A word here from one of our sponsors. You've heard about him before. He's going to join me here for a second, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do something we don't usually do on the podcast. We're going to give you some actual predictions here before we do it on Before Floor. All right. We'll get back to our episode in a second, but first, I want to do something here called Sponsors Corner. You hear about him all the time. He's Mark with a C, markbrownpa.com. He's not happy with me right now. We're going to get into this, but also going to tell you about what he does and how you can find him. Mark, you're a big Heat fan, right?
I am. Yeah, I've been a season ticket holder since 2008. Grew up in Miami, so I've been following them my whole life, pretty much, as long as they've been around.
They've won a lot of games since you've been following them, right?
They have. Yeah.
I've attended a lot of those games. So am I to blame for what happened last night against Boston?
I mean, rumor has it you're the reason to blame the loss last night. I mean, I don't think the team showed up either. But we can at least throw the blame on you instead.
I think it's odd because I've been in championship locker rooms, so I don't really understand when this happened. 2006, 2012, 2013, but it happened. But I actually had somebody on Twitter who sent me a message and said that I better have my estate plan for when I walk out of the building because obviously I was not supposed to go up to the game, and a lot of people were not happy with me. Mark, can you tell people about what you do?
Yeah, so I have a law firm in Fort Lauderdale. I do estate planning and then real estate transactions and real estate litigation. We generally do real estate transactions, but we also have the whole estate planning side as well. So I have a title company that does the transactions, and then there's the other side of the firm where any kind of estate planning. We did your estate plan, for example. We can do wills, trusts, anything that's needed.
And just for people who don't necessarily understand that, say like you're young, you've got a young family, and you're like, I don't need to think about this right now. I don't need to deal with it, and this is too much work. What would you tell them?
Everybody needs one. One of the things I learned during the last few years with COVID is that people aren't prepared. People think, oh, I don't have a big estate, I don't need a will, but you never know what's going to happen. There's the healthcare directives that help people if they're in the hospital. And unfortunately, a lot of people got sick in the last few years from COVID, and people weren't prepared to be able to make decisions for other people without having any kind of estate plan. You don't need to have $10 million in the bank to need to have plans for the future.
And where do people find you?
You can find me at markbrownpa.com, or you can call my office, 954-566-5678.
954-566-5678, markbrownpa.com. That's with a C. Let me ask you this, because I don't want you to be to blame if something bad happens in Game 5. Are you going to Game 5?
I am, and I'll see you there probably. Tend to walk right by you every game.
All right. So if they win, you did it. If they lose, it's my fault. I know how this works. I reach out to Mark.
I went to Game 1, not Game 2. So, put it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you and Brady, Golden Boys. All right. 954-566-5678, markbrownpa.com. Reach out to him. He did my estate plan for me. He also did a couple closings for me as well. So he can handle that for you, and make sure you mention 5 reasons. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
And now back to the episode. All right, Ethan Skolnick back on Before Floor. Thanks to Mark Brown. On 5 on the floor. Thanks to Mark Brown. Thanks everybody as well for putting us in the top 20 of NBA podcasts this week. So we appreciate that. That's all NBA podcasts, not on specific teams. So we're right behind and right ahead of some national ones. So again, very much appreciated. Subscribe to Off the Floor. That's our official subscription feed with exclusive content, $3.05 a month. And it's worth it because we put stuff there before we put it anywhere else. All right, let's get to it. Alex, I'll let you start here then. We'll rotate back the other direction. The Heat win Game 5?
I think so. Now, if Jimmy isn't right, that's a different story. But my expectations, and this is a standard that we should hold them to, is them winning Game 5. They did not lose a home game before, what was it, Game 2 of this series? Even without Kyle Lowry in almost all of those games. So, in all of those games, they have to win Game 5. It's, the most obvious must win other than in Game 7. I think whoever, wins the Game 5 when the series is 2-2 wins like 75% of the time or something like that. Win that game, and then what happens in Game 6 is gravy, and you have Game 7 at home, which would fulfill my Heat in 7 prediction from before the series. So I'm going to stick to that.
Brady?
Yeah, I think they win as well. I think, well, first off, Jimmy Butler's not on the injury report for Game 5, so I don't really know if that's telling in any way because Jimmy Butler's going to play this game no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
In his words, be straight.
But I think this is a Jimmy Butler game. I think no matter the circumstances, they're going to need him. I think they just need him as an attacker of some kind. They just need his ability to put pressure on the lane because I think this is a game where we're talking about the 3-point shooting numbers never really coming together like this whole playoff run. I think this is the game where they shoot well. I just think the role players in general are going to have to play up because they're going to have to make up for the lack of Tyler Herro. Like we didn't talk about that much last game because it didn't really matter. Like they were out of the game before Tyler Herro usually even enters. So it's not really a big deal. I think if they don't have him, which he's currently questionable right now, along with others, but obviously those usually end up playing anyway, they just have to make up for it on the outside, in the corners, in the perimeter. Like it just feels like that's what it is. And looking back, Jimmy Butler hasn't had many bad games over this entire playoff run. Like when you look at his numbers, one of his worst games, let's say, was a 15-point game in Game 1 against Philly. He followed that up with a 22-point game on 8 of 15 shooting. He had a 20-point game in Game 3 of against Atlanta, and he followed it up with a 36-point game in Game 4. Like he usually comes back after a poor game and plays really well. It's just what it is. Even in the regular season, he did that. But on this stage, Game 5, to your point, Ethan, about the fans in the arena, I think that gives them a huge boost. But like I said, I think the biggest boost it gives them is the role players, just be able to shoot much better in front of their home crowd. So I think Miami wins this one and makes probably Heat fans feel a lot better about this series, like they did in the Philly series.
Yeah, I'll put it here. If they lose this one, they're not winning Game 6. I think the momentum of the series would carry to a certain degree. I've said all along, I think this series is going 7. And it's funny because our friend Trilly on Twitter hit this completely right. It's like he thought it'd be 2-2 and it'd be a 7-game series, but he didn't really want to have to. He didn't think there'd actually be losses along the way, right? This is like we talk about this all the time. Like, we in the macro, we're like, okay, this is going to be 7 games or this is going to be 6 games. Well, that assumes losses. Okay, it doesn't matter if the losses are by 30, by 20. I understand the team looked awful, but to some degree, I feel a little bit more comfortable that they looked that bad than if they had sort of fumbled the bag down the stretch of the game. Honestly, that would make me feel worse because we've talked all year about their troubles down the stretch of games. This isn't that. This is just a team that just really had nothing. And I've covered other Heat games on the playoffs on the road where they've had nothing. Teams that honestly were better than this one who have had nothing. And they've come back and had a chance. Even games that didn't work out the next game. You go back to the 2005 Eastern Conference Finals where Dwayne Wade didn't play in Game 6 in Detroit and Eddie Jones tried to fill in and they lost by 40. That was one of the most anemic offensive performances I've ever seen from the Heat. They had a chance to win that Game 7 at home, okay? It's just that Dwayne wasn't 100% and they kept feeding Dwayne. Stan kept feeding Dwayne instead of Shaq, and the rest is kind of history there. But one game, we have seen this. This is the biggest thing. One game does not necessarily mean anything about the next game. It just hasn't in this series. You're all over the place. This has not been particularly good basketball in the playoffs in general, in my opinion. We're not seeing a lot of lead changes in games. We're not seeing a lot of clutch games, memorable games. I think this is something Adam Silver needs to address with the injuries that are piling up here at this point of the season. And I think he's caused some of this by the way that these series have been compressed. But what I take away from a Heat series is I think they can win this thing by just getting back to some basic principles. Ball has to move. Jimmy obviously has to look better than he's looked in the past game. I think the fact that Vic has found some confidence offensively could be a big factor for them here. And I also think, Bam, again, the Robert Williams thing is a real thing. I don't think we should look past it. But I think they'll find some other ways to get him involved. I don't think you're going to see another no-show from him. I really don't. Just like I didn't think you would see an all-star performance from him to follow the previous one. I think you'll get a more normalized performance here from Bam. And I do think the Heat will win this game. All right. Thanks to our sponsors, markbrownpa.com, ubreakwheelfix.com, Prize Picks. Use that code 5 FIVE. We'll have coverage from Euphorina. Greg Sylvander is going to be in the house in Game 5. If they lose, it's his, if they lose, his fault. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the 5 on the Floor on the 5 Regional Sports Network.
All right, here we are, Heat fans. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. I know you guys hate these late starts. I do hate them as well, but this is what we have, and this is what we're going to enjoy tonight. Welcome to the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. If you have not done so, please subscribe to our channel. The game should be starting sometime soon. They're warming up right now on my screen. I don't know if you guys are a little bit ahead of me right now, but let's do something. Let's hang out and let's read some of you guys' comments as we wait for the beginning of this game. I know you guys love ESPN, like I put in the comments. And for all of you that are asking, we will start the Hangout right now. So let's move. Let's change these banners. And then I'm going to go ahead and remind you to go register on prizepicks.com. Use the promo code 5 FIVE and get a 100% match on your deposit. That way you can also play a little bit during the game. Before the game, you can do it. You can do it also at halftime. That you have another opportunity to do so as well. So welcome to the 5 Reasons Hangout, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I know you guys are excited. We all are. This is the most important game in Miami since the Big Three era, when they won and advanced to that those finals. So remember, the Miami Heat made it to the finals, but that was in the Orlando bubble back less than 2 years ago. That was in October of 2020. So let's read some of you guys' comments as we get ready for tonight's game. Let me see. Let's go back. Jermaine says, no excuses. Eric says the Celtics don't know what they're doing. That's what I'm hearing. Also, Tatum's not a superstar. No, Tatum is a superstar. Don't worry. AJ, yet the Celtics are still winning. Tatum going to score 30, 40. Always. Tatum is a good number 2. That eye test says Williams is Heat's kryptonite. Motor6 says Jimmy's hurt now, though. Temp says Heat's whole team is hurt. Easy win. We'll see what happens tonight. Jeff, Boston has embarrassingly outplayed Miami. Blow out both games. Celtics won. Okay. Let me see. That doesn't matter. It's 2-2 anyway. This is about games, not about quarters or points scored throughout the series. Get these likes up, y'all. Hit Nation, hit live for you. Game 5. Let's go. Yes, please get those likes up and please subscribe. We're trying to get to 19,000 subscribers by the end of this series. We are slowly getting there, but we need your help. Right now, we are, let me refresh here, we are at 18,677 subscribers right now. 18,677 subscribers right now. Let's get to 18,700 tonight. Let's see if we can do that. All right. It needs to be banned, says our friend Jermaine King. AJ says, for sure, Jermaine King, I just don't believe it. It will happen. I'm a realist. Well, it happened in game 3, and I don't think anybody was really expecting it. Is this the before floor threat? Yes. This is the before floor show, but now it's turning into the hangout. We're doing this for the playoffs, and we might do it next season for some games as well. So we guys, we can hang out during important games for the Miami Heat. Vincent McKay says we have to get to the basket and work the referees. That's been another issue here in the last couple of games, the referees. So we'll see what happens tonight about that. I don't know if it will change now that the series is traveling now to Miami. We'll see what happens. Kearns says absolute must win. Jermaine King, I feel like this game will be decided in the first quarter. Jose Matos, sometimes the Heat offensive is, and Jose Q says depressing. Heat can't fall behind by more than 10. We will win, says Jose Matos. Look at these stats. Bam Adebayo, 31 points in game 3. In all the other 3 games, just 25 points combined. Question, would you take Heat's first quarter? I would. Let's do it. This team is built for these kind of games, says our friend Jose. That's Karen. He's just got to win the most quarters tonight. It's not about the final score. Well, that's the reasoning for some guys in national media and even for Boston. Come on, guys. You know you need to win the game anyway. I'm happy just winning one quarter, but winning the game. Kyle Lowry, 12 points, 17 assists. Whoa, that would be crazy. Bam, 41 points, 21 rebounds. Heat 109-98. Damn, that would be impressive, Jonathan. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Ron Baker, we got this. Vic and Bam game. Victor Oladipo now is going to be the first guy out of the bench. No Tyler Herro. Remember, no Tyler Herro tonight and probably for the rest of the series. We'll see. My E. Gibson says Heat need to play with high energy, hit some shots, and out hustle Boston to get the W tonight. Jose Mato says physicality. Jermaine King says I hate these late starts. I know we all do. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, let's do it. When's the game starting? I don't know. I'm watching ESPN like you guys. Let me see. What time is it? 8:39 already. This might be starting at 8:45 or something. I'm going to come clean. Ever since Gabe changed his hairstyle, we haven't been that good. So it's on Gabe's hairstyle now. Okay. Jose Matos says the only president of ESPN in the court. They are not welcome. It's all about Dade County. Yeah, ESPN should be booed as well as the referees because they're not doing a fair job. That's not journalism right there. But it is what it is. Carlos Lopez, let's go Celtics. Ronald Fonte, I'm picking up food. Hopefully the start gets delayed. You see, there are 2 sides of every coin. I'm picking up food. Hopefully the starts get delayed so I can catch the start. There you go. Come on, Ronald, get home. Come on. Is 5 Reasons hiring graphic designers? Yes. Well, we're not hiring, but I just say yes because you can contact us and see what happens. I mean, we are getting a lot of new shirts coming up. Soon you're going to be able to buy some shirts here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. So yeah, shoot me an email, alejandrovg32@gmail.com, alejandrovg32@gmail.com. You can shoot me an email. And also, if you want to sponsor our network, our Spanish podcast that is starting soon, please shoot me an email as well. We can talk about it. Let's do it. We are a family here, so we are going to treat you right. Eddie Contreras, 18,000 subscribers. Yes, that's the goal, man. By the end of this series, we'll see if we can make it. At least by the end of the playoffs, but hopefully by the end of this series. Sorry. James Carnavi says, go Celtics. Thank you, James. Welcome to our channel. The idea here is to hang out and watch the game and enjoy it together. The Heat are going to win in overtime. Calling it. Ooh, that will be exciting. We need an exciting game from the beginning to the end. Right now, they're doing. Okay. Don't worry, guys. If the Heat don't win this one, there's always next year. Just don't get your hopes too high. Alejandro, what's up, man? Come on. 2-2. The series 2-2. Come on. Still a lot of things to happen. Let's go. So this is Big Brain Play Z. Fernando Lopez. All this pregame stuff makes me nervous. Want to watch right when it's tip-off. I know. And it's 8:42 right now. And they're doing... Raul Stryker Sr. just died, so they're doing a tribute right now. Marlon Marcel, home court advantage should also include home court announcers. We need Reed and Crotty on the call tonight. Yeah, I don't know. They had to figure out a way. The thing is, the NBA has all the copyright, but they're not doing this. They could be doing this, I guess, and just call the game from their houses. They just don't think about it. I don't know. They're welcome to do it here if they want to. Did it start? No, it hasn't started. Right now, they're doing a moment of silence for all the children and the couple of adults that died in Texas because of the latest shooting. We have to call it like that because they happen so often here in the United States, sadly. So right now, they're honoring everybody that was victim of this at Robb Elementary School. So I'm sorry, the game hasn't started. Right now, it's a moment of silence there at FTX Arena. Powerful image, though. Everybody together, just standing up in a moment of silence. We need more, though. We need more. Moments of silence, thoughts and prayers are not enough. Maggie Wadno says, go Miami. Sam Molly says, Miami, please. Demon Jennings says, Heat going to win, bro. Yeah, hopefully, Demon. José Mato, si estamos perdiendo a la mitad, ponerse la camisa al revés. Funciona, créanme. Let's do. We have to do anything we can to try to get this win tonight. And he laughs. This is Barry says, let's go Celtics. And Alejandro El Tocayo says, God bless the children. Right now, they're saluting some heroes. So no game yet. We're still waiting. I told you it's going to take a lot. I said 8:45, but I think I'm not going to actually be on point with the prediction there. Vic Papo, I think they delayed the start to the arena fill up. To let the arena fill up. No, Vic, it doesn't have to do with delaying the start because of that all of that is controlled by the TV stations. So this timing, and actually you can go, and I don't have it right now, but you can go ahead and check. They always have this all set up. They know at what time they're actually going to start depending on what the TV plan is. So because they could have done this way before, like what the Miami Heat is doing right now. They could have done it earlier. They just have to wait until TV is done with their pregame show, and then they start with their stuff on court. So here we go now with the national anthem. I'm not gonna sing the national anthem here, but you can keep your comments coming as I'm gonna go through some numbers from the Miami Heat during the playoffs. Lorana Strachan tonight singing the national anthem. Let me see if you can hear it. No, too low. Well, anyway, right now in points per game, Jimmy Butler 26.5, Bam Adebayo 14.5, Tyler Herro, who's not available tonight, 13.5, Victor Oladipo fourth in 12 games played, 11.5 points. Max Strus 15 games played, 11.4. PJ Tucker 8.3, Gabe Vincent 8.2, Kyle Lowry in 7 games played, 6.4. Duncan Robinson in 11 games played, 5.6. Caleb Martin 4.3 in 15 games. Dwayne Dedman 3.8 in 14 games. Omer Yurtseven in 8 games, 2.9, and Highsmith in 7 games, 1.3. That's points per game for the Miami Heat in minutes. Of course, you're going to be Jimmy Butler first, 35.4 minutes. Bam Adebayo, 32.5. PJ Tucker, 29.1. Max Strus, 28.9. Kyle Lowry, 27.9. The starting five for the Miami Heat, the same they've been using in the playoffs. Sorry. Kyle Lowry, Max Strus, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler. That's the starting five for the Miami Heat tonight. Jose Mato says, if I'm Spo, I send my 5 starters to the floor to push ESPN. That would be funny. Elementary Pack says, yo, what good? Hey, what's up? Welcome to our channel. Welcome to all of you. We are 272 people watching this. So please give it a like, thumbs up, please. That helps us a lot. You don't even know how much that helps us. So please like the video, like it right now if you can. That will help us a lot. Turn the notifications on if you have not done so, and subscribe if you have not done so yet. And for all of you that are like gambling in different ways, go to PrizePicks.com. PrizePicks.com. Use the promo code 5FIVE and get a 100% match on your deposit up to $100. Ronald Fonte says, I made it. Hopefully the Heat come out with as much energy and sense of urgency as I had driving home. Be careful there, though. The game has started already. I'm just a little bit behind in my broadcast. Ronald, what are you eating? What are you having? Silbon Malazzi says, Heat. Win Lotto says, Golden State versus Boston is going to be the final. We'll see. I think Smart and Robert Williams are playing tonight. That'll be only the fourth time the Celtics have had their whole starting five in the playoffs. Thank you, Robert. Celtics in 7. Prayers, says our friend Robert. Thank you very much. We're waiting. I don't know why I'm so behind here. Oh, let me see. Now I know. Now I'm watching it. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Jimmy Butler with the jumper. He misses. Rebound for PJ Tucker. Back to Lowry for 3. He misses. Another rebound. Battle. And the Celtics get this one. Miami Heat wearing white. All white hot night tonight. And the Boston Celtics are wearing black. So it's Boston now with the ball. Jaylen Brown with Jimmy Butler on him. Jaylen Brown stops, spins, shoots, misses. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler with the ball. PJ Tucker in the corner. Nothing. Back to Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, Max Strus. Max Strus using the screen from Bam for 3. He misses. Rebound by PJ Tucker. Great hustle. The ball back to Tucker. Great pick and roll there by Strus and Tucker. And that's the first foul of the game. Ronald Fonte is having pizza. Oh my God, that's good. What flavor? Don't tell me you eat cheese pizza. My wife loves cheese pizza. I'm like, that's just a nothing pizza. You need something on it. All right. Slow start of this game, scoring-wise. Let's see. Jimmy Butler to his right. Jumper by himself. He misses. So a slow start for both teams in this game. Let's go back and check. Okay, let me see. Robert Williams the third now. He has the ball. Finds Jaylen Brown in the corner. Now against Strus, going into the paint. Double team. Back to Tatum. Not a good offense. Tatum from far away misses. So no score after 2 minutes. Kyle Lowry coming in. Jimmy Butler's in and out. Jimmy, you should have just dunked that. So no score. Too bad because the Heat defense is working right now. So hopefully they can start making shots and get an early lead here. Marcus Smart now with the ball. Marcus Smart. Back and forth. And Horford with the... That was a rocket. Williams with their rebound. And the first 2 points of the game for Robert Williams III. All right. Let me see. Pepperoni and green bell peppers. All right, that's something. Okay, Jimmy Butler with Robert Williams on him. Jumper again. Step back jumper, and he misses again. Slow start for the Heat again. We're good in the boards. That's a good sign. Signal says Jose Matos. 2 more points for Robert Williams III. We're losing that battle right now. We need some points. 0 for 6 to start this game again. Alejandro says Margarita is the best cheese pizza. And Williams got the rebound. No good. All right, let's see. Come on. We need some shots. Let's watch this play again. Horford in for Tatum. Then he had... Oh, Tatum's complaining about his shoulder now. Okay. PJ Tucker with Max Strus. Max Strus to his left. Butler from the corner. The fake. Now attacking the basket. And the first 2 points for the Miami Heat from Jimmy Butler. So 1 for 7 now. Finally, they're back in this game. Boston now with the ball. Good defense now for Miami to start this game. Jason Tatum go past PJ Tucker. Great help by Jimmy Butler, but he fouls Jason Tatum. And those are the first 2 free throws of the game. Jason Tatum misses the first free throw. He makes the second one. And it's 5-2 now. So early start. Slow start for both teams. Too bad because the Heat have played good defense so far. And remember, a halftime show, you can enjoy Pace and Spaces with Sean Rochester, Tony Schwartz, and Marco Romo. Second foul of the game for the Celtics. The first one for Marcus Smart. Kyle Lowry selling it very well. This is the flopper series. Derek White now coming off the bench for Boston. So far, no shots from Bam Adebayo, I think. So we need more for him. So 4 minutes for Marcus Smart. No points, 2 fouls. So he was out because of the 2 fouls. That's right. All right, the ball back to Butler. Butler to his right. Finds Kyle Lowry. He attacks the basket. Finds Tucker in the corner for 3. Misses. Too bad. Tucker was so good from that corner in this regular season, huh? I don't think he's been the same in the playoffs. All right, Boston back to it. Jaylen Brown back. Jumper. He misses. Rebound for PJ Tucker. He has a lot of rebounds so far. I've counted like 5. Kyle Lowry with Jason Tatum on him. Oh, now turnover. Max Strus didn't read that play very well. They're struggling to find Bam Adebayo now. Alejandro Q says, I love the Heat, but I'm afraid their injuries are too much to overcome. I hope I'm wrong. I don't know, but right now I don't think it's about injuries. Oh, good ball for Derek White and his first 2 points of the game. 7-2 Boston. Kyle doesn't want to shoot or give it to Bam. Come on, Bam. They have to find Bam. Like right now, they have Bam on Jaylen Brown. Or Jaylen Brown on Bam. There you go. Ball to Bam Adebayo. He attacks now. He goes in, and he gets the first 2 points of the game. We need more of that. I mean, that's been a mismatch that they have not exploited yet. Jaylen Brown. In the corner, Horford for 3. He misses. Rebound. Falls into Strus' hands. Max Strus now. Ball back to Jimmy Butler. To Kyle Lowry. Jimmy Butler. Butler for 3. He had Williams the third in front of him. Bam Adebayo with the rebound and 2 points. It's 7-6. We need aggressive Bam. Bam aggressive. We need you. It's been a good defense for Miami to start this game. It's just the offense is slow. Another missed shot for Tatum. Kyle Lowry. Back to Butler. Back to Lowry. He finds PJ Tucker in the corner. Tucker didn't want to take that shot. The ball back to Lowry. Bam Adebayo in against Jason Tatum. Go at him. Bam Adebayo spins. Goes. Double teams. Misses. Rebound for Tatum. Brown now. The alley-oop for Horford. 2 easy points for Boston. So good defense leading to good offense for Boston there. But I like Bam being aggressive. I mean, we need more shots from Bam. That's it. PJ Tucker for 3. He misses. Too bad. Too bad those are not falling. Derek White now attacking PJ Tucker and gets 2 points. That's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra. 13-6, but it's been on the offense. The defense has done their job. The offense is just stagnant right now for the Miami. Not working at all. Maybe we see Oladipo right after this timeout. So let's go. Let's go get some. Sorry. And let's see if you guys have any comments here. Bam says go Max. Wow, 6 minutes left, 13 points. It's a defensive juggernaut. Boston is scoring too easy. Bad sign. The Celtics, bam, bam, bam. I mean, I don't know why they have it. I think ESPN had something bad there in the score. I have 11-6. I don't know if you guys notice the same. So right now, Miami Heat have missed their first. Let me see how many. 5 threes. 0 for 5 to start this game. Lowry missed 1. Struz missed 1. Tucker missed 2. Butler missed 1. They're 0 for 5. Boston are 0 for 2 from 3. Miami from the field. Bam Adebayo 2 for 3. Butler 1 for 7. So 7 shots right now are ready for Jimmy Butler in what? A little bit more than 6 minutes. 6 minutes, 42 seconds. So Jimmy's being aggressive. And he missed one. The one that he missed that went in and out after Kyle Lowry's pass, I felt like he could have dunked that one. He tried to be too cute with it, and the ball got out. Too bad. We need a point creator. Nova Kane says Jimmy not being aggressive. Yeah, that could be one of the reasons. But I don't think so. I mean, by being aggressive, I think you mean attacking the basket, right? Because he's been aggressive taking shots at this point. Yeah, I mean attacking the rim, not shooting jump shots. Yeah, okay, got it. Play Depot early and play Jimmy in the fourth. That's Jose Matos' recipe for success here early in the game. And the Wilk 50 says Bam needs to take advantage of every minute Horford or Williams are not guarding him. Yeah, like what just happened. I mean, his first basket was him attacking Jaylen Brown. That's a mismatch that they can take advantage of. So hopefully they can do it. All of you that are welcome to the 5 Reasons YouTube channel, the Hangout. We're just chilling. We're just hanging out here. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Let me see if we have early comments here from our guys that are at the arena. Greg Sylvander at the arena tonight at FTX Arena. Our friend Ethan Skolnick as well, and Alex Toledo. So no Brady Hawk tonight at the arena, but he is covering the game anyway. They will be in the post-game podcast. And let's see what he says. Well, he hasn't said anything about what's just going on. Gabe Vincent is in, by the way. Gabe Vincent in and Victor Oladipo in early in the game. That's the first response from Eric Spoelstra. Too bad here. Miami Heat lost that ball, a turnover, and now they recover it. PJ Tucker has not had a good start offensively, but he's doing well on defense for sure. And there, now he scores 2 points, of course. As soon as I said that, he scores 2 points. But yeah, let me check. I promised you guys that I was going to check how many rebounds he's got in those first 6 minutes, because I felt like there were a lot. Let me see. I was only 3 rebounds. I felt like there were more. All right, here comes another steal. Gabe Vincent, great job. Going to his right, attacking Derek White, goes for it and takes 2 points. That's the thing. That's the aggressiveness that we need from the Miami Heat. Here comes the Celtics now. Horford for Jason Tatum. He finds Horford, and now White by himself. Jaylen Brown 3-pointer by himself. He makes it. So 14-10 now for the Celtics. Max Strus has Derek White on him. Max Strus back and forth, attacking the basket. Ball doesn't go in. Horford with the rebound and recovering the ball. Now fast break for the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown with the Euro step. He misses. Jason Tatum misses also in the put back in, and they foul now. That was a take foul because they had only 3 guys defending 5. So that was a foul there. Hit ball, 3:38 less left here in the first quarter. Good spark early from Gabe Vincent and Oladipo. The different energy going on. Let's see. Jimmy Butler just casually walked up to the 3-point line and got an easy 3 by himself. So the first 3-pointer for Miami coming off Jimmy Butler's hands. 1 for 6 now for the Heat. Derek White. Jason Tatum now by himself. He misses. Good thing, because that was an open look for Jason Tatum. Now Victor Oladipo attacking the basket against Grant Williams, and that's a great play by Victor Oladipo. Oladipo, ¿cómo estás? Oladipo with his first 2 points. Jaylen Brown now attacking the basket. Jason Tatum to Derek White. Gabe Vincent on him. Derek White pushing. Turnover. Vincent tries to recover it. Gives the ball to Horford, and now that's a foul on Gabe Vincent. Too bad. Bad luck there, because that was a good defensive play by Max Strus. And now the Celtics call timeout. So it's 15-14 now. Miami. Look at Oladipo attacking Grant Williams. That's what we want from our guys. That finish with the right hand going backwards, that was impressive by Victor Oladipo. Victor time. All right, let's see some of your comments. Whoever wins this series will win the finals. Ooh, Alejandro, I don't know. The Golden State Warriors look very good right now. Jeremy King, if Jimmy is passive like the last game, we're getting blown out. Koliwana says, Warriors are looking too nice, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. But you never know. You never know. Jason Mayer said, we're just not making shots. He missed a layup, and Tucker missing 2 threes from his spot. Defense looks pretty good so far. Yes, I agree. Defense is looking good, and the Celtics have missed a couple of open shots as well. Let me see. They are 6 for 15 right now. Miami is 7 for 19. If they can get those numbers up, the Heat are looking good. Let me see. Well, a lot of comments coming in. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Remember to subscribe. Give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notifications on. I think Celtics are going to come up on top. They got Tatum. Thank you, Sports Kid. Koliwana, Vincent attacking. I like it. Plus, Butler's knee is bothering. Jason Mayer says, Jimmy don't look right. Well, he's probably not at 100%. The original Hustle Bunny. How can I watch the actual game? Go to ESPN and enjoy your lovely broadcast. Sonny Bucket says, I think both of these teams are way too inconsistent to compete with the Warriors. Yeah, that could be right. Alejandro Q says, Tatum is his mug. Maybe you're right. The basketball gods will grace him. Koliwana says, Jimmy looking mad passive. Vic Papa says, why Depot got to beg for the ball? Sonny Bucket says, both teams playing like they don't want to win. Ronald Fonte, How do you eat pizza? Utensils or with your hands? Come on, man. Who uses Well, I'm gonna answer first. I do it with my hands, but who eats it with utensils? Come on. Ronald, I hope you're enjoying that pizza. If they keep winning, you have to eat pizza for game 6, and if they win again, you have to eat pizza for the finals as well. So be ready. A lot of pizza coming your way. Jimmy 3, Depot time, Home Depot, Oladipo. No, Tatum can't do anything. Tired Vincent. Oh, hey everyone. Hey Thomas, how you doing, man? That's the power of Home Depot. No travel either, and clapping. Johnny Gomez. Hello, ladies. Miguel Calix. Miami in 7. It's all about defense, Tocayo. Yes, if the defense can, well, I don't know, because they were playing great defense and they were losing by like 5 points early before the Spoelstra timeout. Tomás de la Rosa, you think the games are rigged? Johnny Gomez says, así es. Big Papo, Thomas the older I get, the more I wonder. Fireworks says Celtics in 7. Jason Mayer says both teams play good defense. These last few games will be lower scoring, in my opinion. Depot finding a rhythm is a really good sign. But it's a mixture. Jason, thank you for your comments. It's been a mixture of both great defense and poor offense at some point. All right, free throw. I don't even know what happened. Horford gets the first free throw. And we'll continue reading some of your comments after the first quarter is over. So keep him coming. Keep him coming. All right. Al Horford. He misses the second free throw. And here comes Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Gabe Vincent. Back to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. Oh, Duncan Robinson is in. Duncan Robinson to his left. He finds Butler. Now back to Robinson. He attacks the basket. Ooh. Tucker missed that pass. That was a good play by Duncan. Tucker was not expecting that pass. Ooh, that looked like an offensive foul on Derek White. And yes, that was it. Derek White just running over Gabe Vincent. I like that play by Duncan, though. He couldn't find a good 3-point look. He attacked the basket, gave a good pass to PJ Tucker, who was not expecting that pass, and then it turned into a turnover. I don't know if you guys agree with me. All right, Bam Adebayo now. Bam finds Depot. Depot using his screen. Oladipo attacking the basket. Oh, he missed that one. I don't know why he went down that way. He should have just shot it. Pritchard's in for Boston. Jaylen Brown. Now Al Horford. Trying to find. Oh, Brown. Great defense. Great defense by Gabe Vincent. Duncan Robinson to Oladipo. Back to Gabe Vincent for 3. He misses. Rebound by Bam Adebayo. Ball back to Gabe Vincent. Vincent now attacking the basket. He finds Duncan Robinson in the corner. Great fake by Gabe Vincent. Ali! And great basket by Bam Adebayo. So this is getting exciting now. 17-15. The ESPN commentators are sad right now. Let's make them more sad. Come on. Derek White with Bam Adebayo on him. This has been the best 5 on the floor right now. And it's been with no Kyle Lowry. Good points by Derek White. It's 17-17 now. Less than 1 minute to play here in the fourth quarter. Duncan Robinson still hasn't shot. Oladipo. Back on Pritchard. He goes up. Misses. But they've been more aggressive. That's what I like. Maybe Duncan needs to take one shot before this first quarter. And now, great defensive hand there by Vincent. The ball hit Jaylen Brown's leg and is out of bounds for Miami. 34 seconds left. Jason Tatum's shoulder is bothering him. That would have been a call of foul in Boston. 3 points for Jaylen Brown, 4 turnovers this first minutes here in Miami. All right, 30 seconds left. Here comes Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent to his right, nothing. He has Jason Tatum on him. Now with the screen from Adebayo, Vincent for 2, and he makes it. Gabe Vincent has been a good spark in this game 5. 19-17. Caleb Martin is in as well. So Eric Spoelstra going deep tonight in that rotation. Well, remember, no Tyler Herro. And no Dedmon yet. Oh, Pritchard for 3 in the corner. He misses. And Robinson slaps it out. So that's it. 19-17. Not a beautiful game of basketball in the first couple of minutes, but then it got exciting. And after the first quarter, the Miami Heat won 1 quarter, guys. So for all of you Celtics fans that were complaining about the Heat not winning quarters, well, there it is. All right, let's read some more comments. Mick Asotillo says both teams deserve to be in the finals for good. All the way, Tiger says, let's go Celtics. Ariel says Celtics win. 2 best defenses are playing. Markieff over Dedmon, please. I think, let me check. I don't know if my eye test is working right, but I think Adebayo played the entire first quarter. Let me see. Let me refresh here. I don't remember. No, actually, no. We got some minutes without Adebayo, but it was PJ Tucker, I guess, playing the 5. I didn't notice. Sorry. But no minutes so far for Dedmon. Okay. Thomas De La Rosa says, me too, Vic. I know what you mean. Top Dog says, I think we should consider putting Victor Oladipo in the starting lineup if Stru's not making shots. Vic can guard Tatum, and PJ can help with boards. Let me check. All right, a lot of comments coming on. No, lol, I have a mountain climb in a month. This was my cheat for the month. What? Which mountain are you climbing, Ronald? Like, well, you can go for, I don't know, veggie pizza or something. Do something for us, man. Tony Davis, what's up? How you doing? Michelle Fajardo says, go Miami. Gracias, Michelle. Thank you. Vic Papo says, play of Robin. Jason Mayers agreed. Priscila Oliveira. Let's go Heat. Thank you. I don't know if you're Brazilian, but I don't know why I read it that way. Obrigado. Gracias. Bienvenida. Welcome. Benvinda. Tony Davis, let's go Miami Heat. Let's go. Ronald Fonte, despite the poor shooting, we are in the game. Michelle Fajardo, watching from the Philippines. Oh, you're from the Philippines. There it is. Thank you for watching all the way from there. So remember, subscribe to our channel so you get all our content. At this pace, whoever scores 100 will win if they get to 100. Right now, they're not in pace for it. Neither of them. Jose Mata says, go Gabe. Hello from Tampa, says our friend Tocayo Alejandro. Let's go. Tomas de la Rosa, they look like a bunch of Freemasons out there. Tony Davis, let's go. Miami, let's go. As soon as possible, Clip, come on, Heat. Gabe is playing the hardest right now. Yeah, I like it. I like those Gabe Vincent minutes were good. Miami 2 fouls, Boston 4, but they have 4 free throws. Yeah, because both of those fouls were from, they were actually shooting. Priscila, yes, you were watching from Brazil. There it is. Eu sabia que você era brasileira. Bem-vinda. We don't have a heart anymore. Connect the Dots says, let's go Miami. Jose Matos says, tell me, Jermaine, you're a guru. Sincere Duval says, that was a good quarter. Derek White was denying Duncan the ball very well, though. Gabe was looking good. Yeah, that's why Duncan didn't take any shots. Tyler Miller says, like the defense. Tony Davis. Oh. Let's go Miami Heat. Hey, they won a quarter, Jason. Yes, I know. Tyler says, let's go Heat. Bam needs to take Horford off the dribble when the DHO is defending and he's left alone. Tony Davis with the faces. Marlon Marcel, that was a 1990s first quarter. Bam got 6 to start. We are playing Heat basketball. Starts. Even then, we pull ahead big. Grant. Need Jimmy and Bam to step up and this defense up. All right. Okay, the second quarter started. Rene Lewis says, ESPN might root for us since we won a quarter. The Celtics missed a shot. Now, Victor Oladipo with a step back three. He misses, and Bam flies under that rebound. So he missed it too. Willie Alegría says, go Celtics. Miami Heat fan. Fernando Lopez says, Alejandro's the new Marv Albert. Let me see. All right, let me get back to the game, and then I'll get back to you, Fernando. Gabe Vincent. The Celtics read that play very well. That was good because Bam Adebayo was not facing Gabe Vincent when he gave Adebayo that pass. Thank you for the comparison, Fernando. All right, here comes Gabe Vincent. Back to Adebayo. Caleb Martin for three. He missed. He gets his own rebound, and that's 2 easy points for Caleb Martin. That was a hustle play. He saw the trajectory of that ball was not favorable, and he got that rebound, and then he deflected a pass there. So good spark from the bench tonight for Miami. 21-17. He took that shot, read it, not going in. He went for it, got the rebound. 21-17. Jason Tatum now for three. He misses. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if it's because of the shoulder, but I don't want to say it. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm going to keep it to myself now. I'll talk about it after the game, or if the game's by 30 points. Bam Adebayo now with Grant Williams. Go at him. Duncan Robinson has been spinning around. He finds Vince in the corner, but the shot is blocked by Robert Williams III. And that was a good moment to really attack the basket. Robert Williams III was coming with his full speed towards the basket, and Vincent shot it. And now another take foul by the Celtics, since Tatum missed the layup and then was complaining about a possible foul. Like here, look. That was a great block by Williams III. Look at that. With the tip of the fingers. Denying Gabe Vincent. Here we are, Miami Heat up by 4. Duncan Robinson to his right. He shoots one, and he misses. We need that. We need those threes. Marcus Smart attacking the basket, and he misses. That was what happened on the other side? Caleb Martin dunked the ball, but it didn't count. What did they call there? What happened here? Let me see. I didn't see what happened. All right. Bam Adebayo now with the ball. Adebayo. People are asking him to take a shot. He did it. He missed it. Jason Tatum to his left. Nothing. Pritchard going to his right. He gets back to Marcus Smart, who attacks the basket. Great deflection. Vincent dives. That was a great ball. Oh, the Miami Heat turns it over. Oladipo. It was 2-on-1, but then he missed. He let the ball roll, and then he had to dive for it. He passed it to Martin, who was not there anymore. But that was a great hustle play by Vincent. Too bad, Martin. Celtics are struggling right now. The Heat are playing great defense. And now it's Heat ball again. These are the minutes that Miami need to score more points. They're playing great defense, but they're missing a lot. They're 1 for 11 from 3. And the only one they made was Jimmy Butler just walking up casually. All right, let's go Heat chance at FTX Arena. Bam Adebayo finds Martin, then to Vincent. Double team, back to Martin. Fake over Williams, and then Williams, I think, blocked that shot coming from behind. Not sure if that's what happened. I don't know why right now the ESPN commentators are telling Robert Williams not to go and jump into the 3-point line when he just blocked Gabe Vincent. What are you talking about? Robinson for 3, and he makes it. Big 3 for Miami. 24-17. If Duncan Robinson gets hot here, it's bad news for Celtics. Miami up by 7 now. Jason Tatum for 3, and he makes it. His first field goal of the game. You see, that's why I didn't want to say anything about him. All right, Gabe Vincent shoots it, misses. Rebound. Tatum almost turns it over. The ball falls into Horford's hand. Marcus Smart attacking Duncan Robinson, who gets called for the foul. So 24-20 now. Marcus Smart going to the line. All right, Jimmy Butler back in. Gabe Vincent sitting down with great minutes for Miami. (24-22). All right, here comes Bam Adebayo. To Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is back in the game. Bam Adebayo gets the ball stripped off his hands from R. Horford. They find Caleb Martin in the corner for 3. Big 3 for Caleb Martin. The Heat are up by 5 once again. Jason Tatum with the ball. Caleb Martin guarding him. Goes to his left, steps back, and he misses. Rebound by Horford. He loses the ball. And it's Miami Heat ball. Horford wanted the floor being mopped, please. The Celtics going with a small team now. No Williams the third, no Williams. Duncan Robinson to Bam Adebayo. Hand off to Duncan Robinson for 3. Ooh, that was a great look for Duncan. Too bad. Too bad it didn't go in, but I like the aggressive Duncan. And that play, that handoff, how much time we had without seeing that handoff. Oh, great defensive hand there by Caleb Martin. Now it's 4-3. The ball back to Duncan Robinson. He attacks the basket. Now back to Butler. Oh, Duncan Robinson attacking the basket. He finds Jimmy Butler. And that's 2 points. I like this new version of Duncan Robinson being more aggressive towards the basket instead of just settling down for shots. So when we come back, it's going to be Jimmy Butler on the free throw line. Let's read some of your comments. Let's go back up to, okay, here. Say hi to Manny Pacquiao. Jermaine King says, looks to me like Boston is packing the paint and giving up the mid-range. Arturo de la Peña says, damn goons from Miami. Let's go Heat. Ian Vito says, Miami, let's go. Shout out from the Philippines. Hey, what's up, Ian? How are you? Welcome. Top Dog says, I think Warriors will struggle to score in Boston or Miami. We're not the Mavs defense. Thomas De La Rosa says, good vibe in here. Thanks, people. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Rebound says, we'll keep us in the game, says Jose Matos. Tony Davis says, hi. Hi to Royce Grassi. Hi. Oladipo attack. Stop shooting. That's hustle. Ronald likes the hustle. Jose Matos, go to the boards. That's the way. William Davis, I said it for you. Tatum's had games like this versus the Bucks where he starts 0 for 7, 0 for 3. These games they're struggling. Yes. If Duncan doesn't score, Spo has to pull it in. Well, he just scored, so that's off the table. Ref cheating. Keep shooting, Bam. They'll fall. Come on. It's okay. We're working. Vic threw it behind Kalen. We need to capitalize. Yeah, possession. Duncan. Duncan just needs to see a few go in. Our offense is struggling. We should be up by 10 or more. Yes, I agree. Smart is a Hall of Fame flopper. Vincent is a dog. Johnny Gums says, Caleb. Raul Fonte, keep looking for your shot. Bam. Fernando Lopez, great Caleb and Duncan minutes. Duncan have to shoot no matter what happened to open the floor, only for coaches. Ban had Brown asking for the ball. No one got it to him. Bam pump fakes and gets stripped. Happens every time. Jason Mayers, Caleb is the difference in this game. I said he needed bigger minutes. He does so good. Let me see. Bam has a clear lane to attack, but waits for a pass. Yeah, he needs to be a little tiny bit more aggressive. Let's go Heat. I mean, even Duncan Robinson is attacking the basket a little bit. He's then passing the ball, but he's attacking the basket. Tony Davis says, hi. First free throws, 18 minutes into the game. Well, for real, who's going to stop banning on an open lane? Tatum? No, nobody. Well, maybe Williams III. Bam needs to be more aggressive of a scorer. I hope Bam realizes when he goes full speed to the rim, he's going to get fouled. Duncan is the new Struz. Well, remember Duncan was there before, and he's done it before, even in the finals. So remember that. Heat fans have short memories sometimes. Bam isn't being aggressive, and the Wilk 50 says Bam was open in the paint and Jimmy didn't fit him. Why don't they look his way when he's under the basket like that? Well, adjustments that they have to do. All right. Look at those faces from the ESPN booth. They're sad right now. They're like, no, there's no way our team is losing. Well, yeah, they're losing. They lost the first quarter and they're losing the second one. So here we go. They're talking about the Emmys that the ESPN crew won. Well, for all those Emmys, they should be doing a better work of journalism and actually being unbiased. But we live where we live, and this is what it is. Jimmy Butler makes the first one, 28-22. Jimmy Butler for the second one, good, 29-22. So if the Heat, now they're talking about themselves. Please, I need to watch the game. Thank you. Jason Tatum with the ball. Jason Tatum to his right. Then he finds Derek White with no... that was a late defensive coverage there, I think, by Jimmy Butler. I don't know if you saw the same. And Derek White gets fouled. By Duncan Robinson? I'm guessing. Jimmy was focused on Horford, and then he forgot about White, who was coming in after he left Duncan Robinson behind. Just details. It's a millisecond when you look the other way, and then the other guy is right there. So, all right, hit ball. Bam Adebayo with Duncan Robinson. Hand off for three. Oof, misses. Jason Tatum with the rebound. The Boston Celtics now. Caleb Martin in front of Tatum. Derek White attacking Duncan Robinson. Nothing. Jaylen Brown for three. He misses. Great defense there by Jimmy Butler. Ooh, that looked like a foul on Butler. No whistle. So that was a turnover by Kyle Lowry. Maybe a push by Jaylen Brown. but Butler didn't complain too much, so I'm guessing no foul there. So 29-25. Bam Adebayo gets some rest. No Deadman minutes yet. So right now, the 5 on the floor are Duncan Robinson, Kelo Martin, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, and Kyle Lowry. Great defensive play by Duncan Robinson, believe it or not. Fast break for the Heat, and that's 2 easy points for Caleb Martin, 31-25. Caleb Martin, 7 points in this first 7 minutes off the bench. The Heat bench actually outscoring the starters. Jerry White attacking Duncan Robinson and gets 2 points. Derek White with 11 points as well. He hasn't missed any shots, 5 for 5. He's been the best Celtics player today by far. Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry attacking the basket now. Going past everybody. He finds Duncan in the corner. Too bad because Duncan actually made that one. And they're calling an offensive foul on Kyle Lowry. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Lowry blocked White. Yeah. But I feel like he didn't need that. Duncan was wide open anyway. And too bad because Duncan actually made that shot. All right. 31-27. And there's only 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first half. Jaylen Brown for 3, and he makes it. So that was a 6-point swing right there. It could have been 34-27. Now it's 31-30. Just like that. Kyle Lowry for Butler. He could have gone for it. PJ Tucker, come on, shoot it. For 3, and he makes it. PJ Tucker doubted if he should have shot it or not. He shot it, and he got it. 34-30. Mart now attacking the basket. Jason Tatum to his left. He finds Jaylen Brown again by himself. He misses the open wide open three. Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry to his right. He has Derek White on him. Caleb Martin back to Lowry. Lowry to Tucker. They find Robinson now who attacks the basket. He goes with his side bag. Oh, look at that shot by Duncan Robinson. He's having a great series attacking the basket more than just shooting the ball from 3. So a new version from Duncan Robinson. 11 minutes, 5 points, 2 for 5 now. Too bad that 3 didn't count it because it actually went in. Horford, now getting fouled by who? By Jimmy Butler. So that's 2 free throws. Lowry is complaining about it, but he always does. Let me see. The foul is on, foul's on PJ Tucker, and that's a push. I saw the push right before Tatum went up. Well, or as Tatum was going up. So, Al Horford is going to go to the free throw line. He makes the first one, 36-31. Tomorrow, Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks visiting the Golden State Warriors, trying to extend the series to a Game 6 back in Dallas. Jason Tatum with the both free throws, so 36-32. 3 minutes left to play here. 5 points only for Al Horford. 3 rebounds and a couple of assists to start this game. Max Strus is back in, so thank you, Duncan Robinson. Max Strus now for 3. Oh, he missed that wide open 3. Come on, Max, we need you. Right now for Miami, Lowry, Martin, Tucker, Butler, and Strus. No Bam. They're not going to Deadman tonight. And that looked like an offensive foul again. Yes. Jason Tatum with the offensive foul. Now his knee is in pain, so it's his shoulder, it's his knee. It's a lot of things hurting now. And we go for a break with 2 minutes, 35 seconds left in this first half. All right, let's see. Oh, we have some spammers here. Thank you for coming. You're out. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go up because we have so many new comments. Okay. Duncan is the news truth. We talked about this. Jason Mayers. Even the crowd's imploring Bam to be aggressive. Yes, I know. I can hear it here. They need to play Caleb more, and Bam needs to stop being so soft. Well, they're playing more Caleb tonight for sure. No Deadman minutes tonight. Bam was calling for the ball. He had Brown on him. He should be up by more than 6 points. Yeah, right now they're only up by 4. Doesn't matter, says Ronald Fonte. Doesn't matter what ESPN says. We had Alejandro and 5 Reasons Sports Network. Yes, ESPN doesn't deserve a premio lo nuestro. Bam isn't being aggressive when he gets to the ball anyways. Jonathan Rodriguez says, let's go Heat. We can do this. Saludos a my wifey, María Alejandra Cuervo. Jonathan, María Alejandra, saludos. Thanks for being here with us. Jose Matos, they win the hypocrisy Emmy. Jeremy King says, Boston's starting to figure out what Miami's doing. I don't know. I feel like Miami should have been up by more points. Bam keeps switching on to Tatum, and that's leaving a mismatch in the paint. Well, you're talking about the open threes, I guess. Jose Matos, play Gabe. Wow, our bench. Yeah, our bench is doing it. Bench Duncan, says Johnny Gomez. That was before that basket, I bet. Boston is also going at Duncan every time. Well, they have to. They've been struggling going on any of the other guys. Lowry passes the ball way too much. Duncan playing like he doesn't want to be traded in the offseason. I can be in the NBA if all I do is pass. The great Duncan. What was that crap on Jimmy? Finally, someone makes a 3. He shot it and he got it. Caleb Martin is stepping up. He worries me because he's tricky, don't you think? I feel like everybody has been streaky in this series. Duncan, way too open to miss that, Struz. Well, it happens. Struz is not hitting his shots. Damn, if we need Struz hitting shots, man. Duncan el Travieso. Carlos Albas dice que gana Boston. Jermaine King says Struz got a good look. He just missed it. Red Sox says Alejandro respondiéndole a Carlos Alba. And Jason Mayer says, seriously, why is Lowry playing at all? Now that you mention it, let's check on Lowry's numbers so far. He's only shot 1 time. Then let me refresh this box score because I feel like this is from the first quarter. Okay, now we had. No, he actually just shot 1. Almost 12 minutes, and he just shot 1 time. He missed it, so no points. And 1 assist only. So right now it's Gabe Vincent leading the offense. Well, let me see who has more assists. 4 for Butler. Yeah, that's it. 4 for Butler. But in points, it's 7 for Jimmy Butler. Well, it's been a slow start, and 7 for Caleb Martin. All right, Miami Heat ball. Back to Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry going to his right. He finds Bam, who finds Tucker in the corner for 3. Misses. Another corner shot that Tucker couldn't make. Derek White. Jason Tatum. Back to Derek White. Max Strus. Jaylen Brown. They switch. Max Strus on Jaylen Brown now. Jaylen Brown attacking, stopping, double team on him. Derek White shoots. He misses. Robert Williams III is back in, by the way. And here come Bam Adebayo. Those are the plays that I think he should just attack. Bam Adebayo uses his body and goes past Derek White, and that's 2 easy points. 8 points now for Bam, and for all the talk about Bam Adebayo, he's now leading the team with 8 points. It's been a low-scoring game. Jason Tatum spins, gets double-teamed. He finds Horford in the corner for 3, and that's a dagger. 3 points for Al Horford. Bam Adebayo finds Strus. Strus should have shot that one. That was a great pass by Bam. Going to his right. Attacking the basket now. Fakes. misses, and Bam Adebayo with the putback. 10 points for Bam. Aggressive Bam. So he's leading the Miami Heat, even though he's not being aggressive, huh? Offensive rebounds, 8 for Miami, just 2 for Boston. Tatum for 3. In and out. Good luck there for Miami. Kyle Lowry, 44 seconds left. Ball for Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry now. They almost turned it over. Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry uses the screen. Now attacks. Gets Max Strus in the corner for 3. Oh, missed it. Rebound for PJ Tucker. 2 points for Tucker. 42-35. So another offensive rebound for Miami. That's a 9th against the 2 from the Celtics. Second chance points for Miami tonight, 16. Only 2 for Boston. That has been important tonight as well. Derek White, 13 seconds left. He attacks. Finds Horford. 2 easy points for Horford. Great play. Derek White has kept the Celtics in this game. He's been the spark along with Horford. Kyle Lowry for 3. He misses to end the first half. It's 42-37. This should be more of a greater difference for the Miami Heat, but so far it's just a 5-point game. 42-37 to or after the first half. Let's refresh here the box scores to review some of the stats as we get ready to listen to the halftime show. I'm going to go eat something as well. And it is 10 points for Bam Adebayo, 7 points for Jimmy Butler, 7 for PJ Tucker, and 7 for Caleb Martin. After that is 5 points for Duncan Robinson, 4 for Gabe Vincent. Those are the leading scorer for the Heat. And for Boston, it's been 11 for Derek White and 10 for Al Horford. So 21 points combined by White and Horford. And the Celtics have only 37 points in this first half. So there you go. That's impressive by Miami Heat's defense. So hopefully they can take advantage of that in the second half a little bit more. And as we get ready for it, let's listen to the Pace and Spaces here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Thank you for staying here with us. I'll be back here in a second.
What's up, guys? Give me 1 second. We'll get started in just about 30 seconds with Heat halftime show, Paces and Spaces, 5 Reasons. Wait for Tony and Marco to get up here and get people on stage, and then we'll get rolling. All right, Tony, Marco, I just sent you your co-host. Marco, I got you up here. Tony, yours should be on the way.
All right. Can you hear me? I got new headphones in, so I don't know if they're going to work.
Got you, Marco.
All right, good.
And Tony, we got you. Mic check, Tony.
You got me?
Got you. All right, guys, let me give you a rundown real quick of the first half. 42-37 Heat. We won the first quarter 19-17, won the second quarter 23-20. So in terms of keeping score of quarters, we are up 2-0 so far in the game. I know that's an important stat to most of the national media. At the halftime, Jason Tatum only has 4 points, not shooting the ball well, turning the ball over. Al Horford has 10 points, shooting the ball well. Derek White has been good for them, 11 points. Jaylen Brown is having a hard time with the basketball. 4 turnovers, only 6 points. And Smart and Robert Williams really haven't done a whole lot on the offensive end. For the Heat on the offensive end, PJ Tucker, 7 points, has been pretty effective in his role. Jimmy, a quiet 7 points, but he's out there battling 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Bam's got 10 at halftime, was not aggressive early, but has really turned it on. 5 out of 8 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, which you'd like to see. No assists, so it's kind of that aggressive Bam that we like to see. Kyle and Strus giving you goose eggs right now, 0 for 7 combined, 0 for 5 behind the arc. And Strus has 2 assists. Kyle has no assist right now. Caleb Martin's great off the bench, 7 points, very active, 5 rebounds, very aggressive on the defensive end. Gabe Vincent, 4 points, also very hustle play. Oladipo, 2 points, has shot the ball quite a bit, 4 shots in the first half, not very effective in his minutes. And then Duncan Robinson had a good 12-minute stint there, 5 points, hit a 3, and was pretty effective in his time. So I've talked a lot. Marco and Tony, what did you guys see in the first half, and what are you looking forward to in the second half? Let's start with Marco.
The defense has certainly picked up. I've noticed they mixed in the zone a lot more than they did, I think, the first 2 games. I think we actually expected it more in game 3, but it really didn't show up. But I guess it was a necessity with, they really like Caleb playing that top of the zone. We've noted that all throughout the year. But yeah, they were attacking Jaylen Brown's dribbling because that man, he dribbles like he has mittens on. So I don't blame him for attacking the dribble the whole game pretty much. I love it. You go after the weakest link, and I guess the weakest link is kind of an attribute of one of their best players. None of the stars are really playing well outside of Bam that last half of the second quarter. Tatum did make some nice passes there, but it's really been it's the war of attrition out there. Nobody's healthy. Everybody's banged up. I don't know what's up with Marcus Smart. He didn't finish the game after he came out with 2. I don't know if that was just a foul trouble or if there's something else, that shoulder that he was grabbing. Tatum also grabbed at his shoulder. So it's as ugly as it looks. It's where Miami wants it. They love the games in the mud. Both teams can't throw a rock into the ocean. So this is great for Miami, but you got to hit some shots eventually because, it can't be all defense. You got to have a little bit of defense sprinkled in there. The offensive rebounding has helped. They have a 16-2 rebound edge, second chance points edge, I think. Cooper Moore had tweeted that out. So you're gonna have to find offense and also, convert on these fast breaks. I'm tired of the 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s being not converted. They're really bad, and I can't stop thinking about them. But clean that stuff up, and you have a 3-2 series lead. Keep it in the fucking mud.
Well said, Tony. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get the people, so I'll be quick. The level of activity is so much better. You've got guys really, really, really trying to stay out there on the floor. Like Duncan's 12 minutes were so impactful just because he kept moving himself and the ball, which gets their defense going laterally and creates opportunities for us to attack. Something else I really like from those Duncan minutes, you got a lot of Smart on Duncan. You got a lot of Tatum on Duncan. You're removing a really good defender out of the action when he's out there and taking that kind of assignment. If you can get him on the weak side of a play, you have chances to attack dudes like Peyton Pritchard even heavier, Rob Williams or Grant Williams even heavier than you were before. So you said Jimmy had a quiet 7 points. I agree. But he's doing everything out there too. So a lot of guys being really active, moving the ball, getting everybody engaged. So it's a different energy. I love it, man. I'm so excited for the second half.
Appreciate that. Before we send it out to our guest speakers, make sure you guys hit that plus sign on the bottom right-hand corner. We've already got almost 300 people in here. We're always trying to grow this community. We've been doing this all year. I think we've only missed like 1 or 2 games out of the whole, whatever it's now, about 95 games this season. So definitely hit that plus sign, share it. Some more people come in here. We're always doing this at halftime. We're going to go to some of our regular guests. So we're going to start off with Brian. What did you see in the first half, and what are you looking forward to in the second half?
The main thing for me is that Kyle Lowry has to be better than this. He is not taking enough mid-range jumpers when they're just giving it to him. The Celtics are dropping very far, and he has to pull that shot. Too many times he's trying to sacrifice a good shot for a great shot, theoretically, where he would give it to PJ Tucker on the corner or find another shooter, and it's like he has to take these jumpers because they're just giving it to him. And if you're going to make that money and have that contract, yes, you're going to need to have a big game at some point. And he hasn't had one yet in the playoffs, and it's time for that to happen. Max Strus also needs to hit his shots. He hasn't gotten many looks, clean ones at that. I think that that's something that's going to happen. Bam, so far, I'm fine with what he's done, although there are still some times where, you want him to just full-on attack instead of looking for a shooter from the three-point line. Now, he started breaking out of that a little bit down the stretch, but that's something that's going to need to be constant, especially since I think Jimmy Butler, maybe he's 100%, maybe he's not. I'm not quite sure. But I do expect him to start to pick it up in the second half. And they need to get to the foul line more. It's the last thing I'm going to say. Again, it's a point I've been making all playoff long. Don't just drive to kick, drive to attack. They have 2 free throw attempts, and they didn't get them until the second quarter. They need to get to the line if they're going to win this game. And you're only going to do that if you actually attack the basket and stop, looking for shooters in the corners and things of that nature. Actually attack the basket.
Yeah, I just put a tweet from our guy Naveen up at the top. Dating back to Game 3, free throw shooting, Boston 62 of 77, Miami's 22 of 30. And there are some things that you can boil down to that, but when it's that wide, and especially tonight, where I feel like we've been very aggressive going to the basket, it should not be that wide tonight. I don't feel like we haven't been aggressive and we've been settling mid range and stuff like that. Joy, always appreciate you coming in. Joy, what you got?
Listen, I think Brian said it perfectly. They got to be more aggressive. Kyle, I don't know if he's still hurt. I'm not sure if he's out of shape. I'm not sure what it is, but he's been absolutely horrendous. And I actually got excited to see Gabe Vincent come into the game. And that's something that I was pushing for Lowry to come back. But now, obviously, he's not having the best game. And obviously, somebody of his pedigree can turn it around in the second half. So I'm not too concerned with it. But I want to give a big shout out to Gabe Vincent and Vic because they've been big so far in this game. Vic's defense, his aggression, and also Gabe. He just made the offense just run so smoothly when he got those few minutes that he played in the first half. So shout out to him for that. And then obviously, I do want a little bit more from Bam, but I am pleased with what Bam is giving right now. So overall, I think they're going to win this game. It looks like, especially with Tatum looking the way he's looking and Jaylen Brown looking the way they're looking. I just think if they can knock down a few more, if they can knock down their shots, at least most of them in the second half and keep, defending where they are, they'll win this game. I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah, before we send it to Gad, I shared something up at the top again. Ethan just tweeted this from the 5 Reasons account. I guess Udoka is kind of following the steps of Pop, where they're going to be switching sides at halftime. So the Heat will be shooting in front of the Celtics bench, the opposite way. We'll be shooting in front of the Celtics. Will be shooting in front of the Heat bench in the first half, but on their own bench in the second half. So I don't know what I think as a coach, sometimes I would prefer to coach defense because I'm going to communicate more there. But it's an interesting fact that Ethan brought to us. Sorry to interrupt, though. Gad, go ahead.
Listen, I'm not going to say I loved what I saw in the first half, but I'm definitely pleased with where we are at this point. They're up 5. I thought there were some really, really ugly moments for the offense, especially starting the game. I think they got 4 or 5 Jimmy Butler jump shots, which is some nights great, but obviously tonight, especially with Jimmy not being 100%, wasn't fantastic. But the bench guys, I think, set the tone. You look at the bench: Caleb Martin, 7 points; Gabe Vincent, 4 points; Victor Oladipo, 2 points, 2 steals; Duncan Robinson, 5 points, 2 steals. They made an impact off the bench, and that's huge. They have to win the bench minutes. And shout out to Caleb Martin, man. We've been waiting for another bigger wing to step up defensively in the series, not in terms of getting steals, but just making life hard on the Celtics wings. And Caleb Martin was making life really hard on Jason Tatum. So shout out to him. And then if the 3-point shot is falling, you can play him with Jimmy, with Bam, with PJ. So we do need more from Lowry and Strus. Obviously, 0-7 is not going to cut it. And I'd like for Jimmy to be able to get to his spots a little bit cleaner. But all in all, a fun half, man. 37 points allowed in the first half. This is a far cry from where I feel like they've been at some points throughout the series. And it's a fun half. This is playoff basketball. This feels like a Game 7. And you cannot say that about any of the other games in the series. I'm loving what I'm seeing on both sides. We'll see whose stars show up more in the second half. Obviously, Boston's struggling too. Both teams struggling from 3. Both teams pretty much having an ugly process offensively. But hopefully pull it out, man. This is a really good basketball game. And this is 2 really good teams playing really, really hard right now.
This is like a 90s basketball game, kind of. A little bit, right?
I wasn't alive then, but maybe it is. I don't know.
I mean, from all the old footage, all the games would be 30 points from in the halftime. From all the footage that I watched, from my dad's old VHS tapes and everything. Yeah, I would always watch it and it'd be 30, 40 in the first half, or maybe even 20.
Sean, when you were watching your
this is fucking pissing me off. Exactly. I was about to say, y'all pissing me off. You saw this on your dad's VHSs on YouTube and shit. Yes, it is like a 90s basketball.
I did.
It's very physical, very half court, slow pace, very methodical. But anyways, piss on that. Let's go to Ray.
I love that, Sean. Honestly, I'm content with everything I'm seeing. I agree with a lot of what everyone said. The only thing I really want to see is the Celtics have been really aggressive about closing out on every three that we take. It doesn't matter who the hell's taking it. They seem to want to close out on every three. So pump fake and drive and dump the ball up, because that's there almost every time that Robert Williams is in the game. So pump fake, drive. These threes are still going to be there. Our offense is still working these shots open. But if you can get a little something extra off of it, since these threes seem to not be falling, especially with the way that we are literally in a rock fight with these people, I mean, you're going to need every point you can get. So outside of that, just buckle down and get me my freaking money, because I'm tired of saying this and then not getting my money at the end of the night. Go Heat.
Luke, go ahead.
Yeah, so I gotta be honest. Before the game, I was a little bit scared because these are two very, very good teams and very good defensive teams. But thankfully, I found glory and salvation in the light, the guts, and that means defense, and that's really what's been incredible so far. No matter how you feel about the Heat's center rotation, you have to realize that not having Dedmon on the court, adding that switchability to the defense where you can switch from PJ to Caleb to Gabe on Jason Tatum and these guys, I mean, that adds a lot of energy to this team, and that adds energy on the transition. So, I mean, it's really been great. Remember, this switchable defense, it's designed to create random scrub Heat killers. So I'm happy to watch Al Horford and Derek White be the number one scorers for Boston when we're keeping Jaylen Brown in tight. And yeah, we can tighten up on those closeouts. We can tighten up on some of those rotations. But, I mean, that's what it comes down to, is putting in that effort on the defensive end, because we've seen in the wins that we've had so far, that's what creates our effective offense.
Appreciate that, Luke. I feel like this halftime flew by for some reason, so I didn't realize the half is already starting. So, as we always say, thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you check out the post-game show at the basement after the game on 5 Reasons YouTube. I always say this, let's make them call the first time out. We're up by 5, push it ahead, or we're up by 3, I should say, push it ahead, get that lead. It's a huge back and forth game, so let's get it done tonight and get it up to Boston with a 3-2 lead. Go Heat. Thanks for coming in, and see you later.
What? No se puede ir 5 segundos. All right, guys, we are back. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that the Celtics are up now. 42-40, 35-42 to start this second half. So much for that early lead, right? See if the Miami Heat can punch back in the mouth. So let's go back to it. Jimmy Butler, Max Strus, he misses a 3. Rebound for the Celtics. Ooh, that looked like an elbow in the face. But rebound by Strus, and that looked like a foul now on Brown. Yeah. So second foul for Jaylen Brown. That looked like an elbow. Let me see. Oh, no. It was a good flop by Kyle Lowry. Max Strus for three. He misses. We need Strus. We need you, Strus. Come on. Here comes Boston Celtics again. Jaylen Brown attacking Max Strus. He finds Grant Williams from three. He misses. Rebound for Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo now going fast, going at it. He stops. Bam. Now finds Max Strus. Max attacking the basket and goes for two. That's a foul on Marcus Smart. So Max Strus going to the line. Al Horford now leading the Celtics with 12 points. Derek White with 11. Miami still looking for their first point of the third quarter. Too many slow starts for this team. They're blessed that they're still in this series, and they're gonna win it tonight, I think. But so many slow starts. Right now, it's Max Strus hurt as well. So if Max Strus goes down, we might be forced to see. Maybe I'm thinking the team that might be finishing this game is gonna have Victor Oladipo, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and Kyle Lowry, I'm guessing. But I will go with Vincent, so I don't know. Well, Max Strus looks fine now. Jason Tatum. Ooh, they called the foul on Strus. Too bad because that was a steal for Jimmy Butler. Let me see here. I don't know. They're saying Strus grabbed his arm, but I don't know. All right. Backdoor pass blocked by Jimmy Butler. And great defensive play by Jimmy Butler gets the ball back for Miami. Here comes Kyle Lowry. You see, I'm back. The Heat is going to get back on top. Come on. Bam Adebayo to Max Strus. Max Strus to his right, attacking the basket again. He misses, and another foul. So Max Strus is coming out limping out of each one of these plays. And that's 4 fouls for Smart. Yeah, he was moving. And the replay on the great defensive play by Jimmy Butler blocking Jaylen Brown. And then causing the turnover for the Celtics. Max Strus with 2 more free throws. He makes the first one, 45-45. Max Strus has missed 14 field goal attempts in a row. Well, that has to end at some point here in the third quarter. Let's root for Max Strus. He does have 4 points though. 2 trips to the free throw line in this last couple of 2 possessions for the Heat, who are just leading now again. Grant Williams goes past Max Strus, and then they call a foul on Bam Adebayo. Grant Williams was not shooting. In fact, he was trying to pass the ball. So it's going to be side out of bounds for the Celtics. Sidebound, 14 seconds left. Almost a turnover. No, it actually was a turnover. The great defensive play by Kyle Lowry, and it's Heat ball now. Come on, let's go Heat. Here we go. Max Strus with the ball. Getting up. Nope, and look, he misses. Rebound for PJ Tucker, who slaps it back. Max Strus shoots it again. He misses. Come on, Strus, we need you. Horford going for it. He gets fouled, and Al Horford with the 2-and-1. So long rebound. Here, Tucker should have fouled him early in that play. Let him go. And then when Max Strus fouled him, he was already in motion towards the basket. So 2 points for Jason Tatum. For Al Horford, who's leading the Boston Celtics tonight. Again, Tatum and Derek White have been in the heart of the Boston Celtics offense tonight. And Max Strus goes straight towards the locker room. With 8 minutes left here, his hands going to his head. We'll see if he can come back in this game. So 48-46 for the Celtics. It's Duncan Robinson going in now. All right, Jimmy Butler finds Duncan Robinson to his left. Robinson trapped by 2. He finds Kyle Lowry. Lowry with a floater. That looked like a foul. Wouldn't go in. Jason Tatum, but Duncan Robinson gets called for a foul. He was reaching and got Tatum in the arm. Bam Adebayo and Jason Tatum now bumping heads. But in a fun way. Remember, they were teammates in Team USA in the Olympics. So no Tyler Herro. Max Strus going down. I mean, he's missed his last 16 shots anyway, so it's not been of a lot of help in the offensive side. So not looking good for Miami in that regard. So they're going to trust Duncan Robinson for more minutes here in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Jason Tatum missed the first free throw. Now going for the second one. Jason Tatum makes the second one, so it's 49-46. Miami right now, they haven't actually scored. They don't have a field goal in this third quarter. 0 for 8 and only 4 points, all of them by Max Strus coming off the line. Kyle Lowry, he gets fouled by Jaylen Brown. Oh for 6 from the 3-point line for Miami in this quarter. 0 for 8. Jimmy Butler, obviously not 100%. Herro out for the second straight game because of his groin. Kyle Lowry coming back of a hamstring injury. Also, Kyle Lowry for 3. He misses. The ball coming down, and the Celtics got it. Jason Tatum now. Jason Tatum spins. Marcus Smart with PJ Tucker on him. Marcus Smart attacking the basket. He misses. Rebound for PJ Tucker. Fast pass for Jimmy Butler. Doesn't have the same legs he had in the beginning of the series. Jimmy Butler in, out. Finds Tucker. Back to Butler. 10 seconds left. Butler attacking the basket. Going at Horford. He gets 2 points. 49-48. This has been a battle. 9 points for Jimmy Butler. 3 for 11. 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Butler. Marcus Smart. Jason Tatum now with Jimmy Butler on him. Al Horford coming. And they won the switch. Jimmy Butler switched back again. Crossover for Tatum. Nothing going. Oh, Marcus Smart with a 3-pointer in the last second. That was a great defensive possession for Miami. Just too bad he found Smart in the last second and Smart made it. 7 points, 7 assists for Smart. Duncan Robinson for 3. He makes 1. So 3-pointer for Duncan Robinson. Answering right away to the 3 for Marcus Smart. 52-51. We need Duncan Robinson. We need his hot hand now. The Heat crowd is on their feet. They're asking for more defense here. It's been a great defensive performance tonight for the Miami Heat. A foul on Horford, and he's going to go to the line. Good pass by Marcus Smart. Duncan Robinson going back at it right in front of Jason Tatum, who touched him in the chest, but no foul there. So 52-51 as we go to the timeout. And let's read some of you guys' comments here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. All right. Bam is a younger Draymond Green. Another brick. First a field goal in the quarter. There you go, Jimmy. Drop, pure luck. Duncan, these dudes are sorry. Duncan won his starting spot back. Well, if Max Strus is out, we don't know anything yet. Let's see what are the reports coming from the arena. I don't know. Duncan getting the energy from the crowd going. No wonder the crowd looks dead. It's a team. Get Lowry out. Yeah, we need Gabe Vincent back in. Why is Horford being so much more aggressive than Bam? Where's Gabe? I told you Bam is a younger Draymond Green. No one get mad at Draymond when he doesn't score. Horford is 11 years older and plays with more energy than Bam. I don't know if it's about energy. I think it's about drive to the basket, drive to look for his own shot, more than just energy. Kyle is magic. Lowry, 8 point, no points, no assists. Why is Vincent not playing yet? Well, Vincent's probably going to close this quarter. Well, yeah, this quarter, I guess. And then start the fourth quarter. And then I think Lowry is going to start finish the fourth quarter, but I don't know. Let me see. Rafael Cortez, Kyle Lowry's washed. Such a bad signing. I don't know. I don't agree. I think he was playing a very good basketball before he got injured again. And then it slowed him down. Lowry, 21 minutes, 0 points, 3 turnovers, no assists. If we lose this game, I blame Spoelstra. Lowry's just not playing well. He benched Duncan. You got to do what you got to do. He's just worthless. Team too small. Lowry has been trashed tonight. Start Gabe. Forget about his pride. Lowry, not good. Jason Miller says, where's Caleb, Dimple, and Vincent? Guys who are actually playing with passion. Yeah, I think right now they're going to play, but they need some rest. So they're probably going to get in right now. That's what I'm guessing. There's a difference. The Warriors have Steph, Clay, Wiggins, and Poole to score. We don't have that, so we need him to score. Well, that's the thing. We used to think that we had Butler, Herro, Lowry, Duncan, then Strus, all of those guys who could score, plus Bam. Not anymore. And Draymond could actually score when he was young. He was a good three-point shooter, says Sincere. Ronald Fonte says, Lowry's a good player. It's just not his night. Don't force it. Go with that. What's been working. Yeah, I agree. And if it's close, I would put our friend Caleb Martin there to close it on defense. He's been the best defender anyway. All right, we're back. So it's going to be Al Horford on the free throw line. 2 free throws for Horford. The first one, he makes it 53-51. 5 minutes, 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Jason Tatum. Back at it. Robert Williams III is in for the Heat. Tucker, Oladipo, Duncan Robinson as Horford misses. So it's Butler, Tucker, Oladipo, Kyle Lowry, and Duncan Robinson. Those are the 5 on the floor right now. This plays for Duncan. Duncan to his right. He attacks the basket. He goes for it. He gets blocked. And now it's Tatum with Lowry on him. And that was a foul for Kyle Lowry. fourth personal foul for Kyle Lowry. He comes out limping again. Right there. Left hand on right arm, I think. Let me see on this angle. Kyle goes up. Yeah, well, I don't know. Jason Tatum makes the first one. And Gabe Vincent finally back in. So 21 minutes, no points. Juancho, estoy transmitiendo, dímelo. No, no he visto. Dale. All right, Kyle Lowry out and Vincent in. Here comes Gabe Vincent. 51, 55, 51. Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent finds PJ Tucker in the corner. Another block for Robert Williams III. Another block for Robert Williams III in that corner. And PJ Tucker for the next one, he should know better. Just fake it and drive to the basket. Why not? Victor Oladipo now for three. He misses. Rebound. Falls in Robinson's hand. Good rebound now with another for Butler. Vincent. Now he finds Oladipo. Come on, Depot. He shot the same bad shot twice. We need that Victor Oladipo from game 4. They're missing so many shots from 3 tonight. 1 for 12. And Jimmy Butler was the one with the only 3. And now they call the foul on Robinson. The Heat are on the penalty. So Max Strus is back in the bench. He doesn't look very good. Williams the third with 2 free throws now. So the Celtics just going with free throws. That offense. Second free throw. 56-51 for 57-51 now for Boston. Come on. Let's go Heat. This has been a slow quarter. The Miami Heat right now only 9 points. Butler for Vincent. Vincent now. Mid-range shot. He makes it. Gabe Vincent. That spark off the bench again. We need Vincent minutes. 6 points today. He's 3 for 6. Jason Tatum now with the ball. 4-point difference for the Celtics. Jason Tatum attacking Vincent. Jump shot, and he makes it. Jason Tatum, only 3 field goals tonight. Gabe Vincent now. He goes at Tatum, then backs up. Jimmy Butler, he wants that 3. He wants that 3. No, he's stopping. Jimmy Butler now, 8 seconds. Trying to find someone. Gabe Vincent with Marcus Smart. Step back 2. And 2 points for Gabe Vincent. 59-55. The Heat trying to hang out, to hang in, to don't let the Celtics go away. Marcus Smart now driving to the basket. 4-3 now. They miss. Rebound for Victor Oladipo. That's 3-on-1. Back to Depot. And Depot gets fouled by Derek White. So going to the line. Victor Oladipo. But you know what I liked here? That they didn't settle for the 3. Because that was 3-on-1. The ball back to Butler and then back to White. Too bad that he couldn't finish there. He went for the dunk and then couldn't finish that. And gave Vincent bailing him out in that last possession. Oladipo makes the first one. And by the way, the Marlins lost another one-run game. 6 games under 500. Worst record in May in MLB. Victor Oladipo misses the second one. So Derek White's foul pays off. 59-56. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Jason Tatum now with Jimmy Butler on him. He finds Grant Williams. Back to Jaylen Brown for 3. Misses. Gabe Vincent with the rebound. Here comes the Miami Heat. Gabe Vincent all the way. He gets fouled, and that's not a good basket. So he's going for the free throw line as well. And that's a timeout. 59-56 as we go to the timeout, and let's read some more comments for you. All right, let me see. Let's go up here. 2 threes didn't even hit the rim. Yeah, that for Oladipo, that was bad. Thank God the Celtics are not hitting shots. Yeah, that's might as well play Yurt and see what he can do. This is terrible. We're starting to look like the Game 7 Suns. No, that Game 7 was just awful. It's a street fight. Yeah, this has been a battle. Season's over. Come on, Jermaine. You're better than that. Heat fans need to be booing at the Heat, not the Celtics. I don't agree with you, man. This has been a duck fight. Great defense for the Heat tonight. Spo waited too long to substitute. Celtics are in rhythm. Jose Matos for the next year. Yeah, we need a real big. Let's go Heat. Grun, Vincent. Tatum pushes off all the time. Yeah, I know. Passive Jimmy. Jimmy gets hurt every damn season, and now we're stuck with another back contract with an overweight, fat, always injured point guard. Let's keep this energy up. Dude, dunk it at least. Gabe comes right in and produces. Terrible waiting this long to put him in. Lowry better not see the floor in the fourth quarter. Don't sub Lowry again. Nick Johnson. Gabe is the X factor. Jermaine, if Jimmy didn't have to do all the work for our offense, he wouldn't have to wear and tear on his body. If Spo subs Lowry back, he should be fired. Not gonna fire Spo. Come on. Jason Mayers, look at Gabe. Let's go, bro. That's the energy we need. Come on, Spo. Alejandro. Gabe is playing like the team's MVP. Ronald Fonte, keep Vincent playing the rest of the game. He got enough rest with those awful Lowry minutes. Gabe needs to stay on the floor. Spo's losing this game. The season is on the line. Play Gabe the rest of the games you need to. Needlessly stressful game to watch. Well, but it's finally a close one, though. Let's go Heat. Jason Mayer says Jimmy better be waiting until the fourth because he's limited. And Jermaine says none of the young guys should need any rest. Well, they're not machines. They're going to get tired at some point. Now, I understand the frustration with Kyle Lowry. I mean, it was an awful night for him. I think we talked about it in the pregame show, both in Spanish and English, that we needed 10, 15 points for him tonight. And it's been just nothing. Nothing offensively from Kyle Lowry. 0 for 4 from 3. 0 for 5 total. 1 rebound. No assist. No blocks. No steals. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know. All right. Let's keep battling. And right now, the Heat is being led by Bam Adebayo with 10 points. I mean, on the other side, it's Horford with 16. It's just been an odd game. Gabe Vincent with 2 free throws. Third quarter, 2 minutes, 44 seconds left. Boston 59, Miami 56. FTX Arena, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Series tied 2-2. Gabe Vincent with the first free throw, 59-57. Duncan Robinson in. Jimmy Butler. Remember, Max Strus was out injured. Bam Adebayo in, Victor Oladipo in. Let's see if they play zone or they're going man by man. It's Duncan Robinson picking up Tatum. It's not Vincent. They switch. It's Jaylen Brown now. He drives. Grant Williams in the corner, and he makes a three. The ones that we're not making, they are 6 for 22. Miami Heat 5 for 33. So many open shots that we have not made. All right, Bam Adebayo now with Grant Williams on him. Come on, Bam. Back to Oladipo. Oladipo now. They find Gabe Vincent far away. Long three, he misses. And now it's a fast break for the Celtics. They stop. 62-58. 2 minutes to play here left in the third quarter. Jason Tatum driving to his left. Great defensive play, but nobody went to grab that rebound or that deflection. Jaylen Brown now with a step back, and he makes it. 6-point lead for Boston again after the Miami Heat had cut it to 1 point. Duncan Robinson. We need a three from Robinson. Bam Adebayo. Mid-range shot. He misses. In and out. Rebound for Jason Tatum. Well, Williams. And then the ball is on Tatum's hands. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Now foul by Bam. On their White, the Heat are on the penalty. So it's 2 free throws. All right, 2 free throws. Derek White now on the line. Derek White was key early in this game, and now he misses the first free throw. But when the Boston Celtics offense was really struggling, him and Horford really got them going. 11 points, all of them in that first half. He's 5 for 6. He was 5 for 5 to start the game. And Max Strus is back in. Too bad Duncan didn't shoot more threes, man, in those minutes that he was in. Derek White now makes the second one. Oh. 65-58. Jimmy Butler out. Duncan Robinson out. Only 9 points for Butler tonight. Now Oladipo with Bam Adebayo. Bam, come on. Attack. He can't go past Grant Williams. Victor Oladipo in the corner. Robert Williams on him. He gets blocked. 2 man down. It's 3-on-3. Jason Tatum. Max Strus on him. And he makes the basket. Gabe Vincent to Oladipo. Now 2-on-1. Oladipo still by Jason Tatum, who dives then into the crowd. Well, it was actually Derek White. So it's 67-58 for the Celtics. The defense has been there. The offense has not. Victor Oladipo now with the inbounds. Bam Adebayo. Caleb Martin, 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Max Strus. We need some threes. Caleb Martin for 3. He misses. Rebound for Bam Adebayo. Fake goes back up. He misses. 30 seconds left. 67-58. 8-0 run for the Boston Celtics in the last 2 minutes, 25 seconds. (30-16) is the difference in this third quarter. So the worst third quarter by the Heat in a long time. And now Jaylen Brown with the 2 more points. 11 points going into the fourth quarter. Gabe Vincent, he finds Caleb Martin for 3. And another miss and another wide open 3 for Miami. So they close with a 10-0 run after the Miami Heat closed it to 1. I don't know what to tell you guys. Right now, Bam's shots not falling. Depot's shots not falling. Caleb Martin missed a couple of open threes as well. Not looking good going into the end of this game in the fourth quarter. So right now, switch your shirts, do whatever you have to do because it's not looking good. Let me see. How frustrating is seeing players not force Brown to dribble left? Says Ronald. Alejandro Q says, can't blame the refs. I can't see it, bro. What are we doing? Prophetic Eclipse says, Pat Riley can make more shots than this team. I mean, 58 points after 3 quarters. The defense has been there. The defense has been there. Either team should forfeit the finals. Golden State got this. Jason Mayer says, game over. Cash says, pathetic. Celtics smell blood. They turn it up. Our offense is putrid. GD Hawk says, give a team 50 extra free throws in 3 games. Tell me they won't win. Bam A taking advantage of his 1-1 matchup. He's not playing any bully ball. Top Dog says, that's why Bam don't shoot. It's a waste of possession. Put in the big yurt. We can't hit a shot. Every fan is saying I wasted my money on this. Alejandro Q's laughing. He scored 11 points. A lot of comments coming in. Jason Mayers, we just lost the game in the last 3 minutes of the third. Any hope left? I guess I don't. Bam is costing us the game. Suppose the best. Rene says that was our quarter. Jonathan Clark. Well, the thing is, early in the game, too, they left. I mean, the Celtics were really struggling, and Miami just couldn't really capitalize there. So far, my pick is looking good. Boston under 22 revenge tour, beating all the teams that knocked them out of the playoffs in the last 3 years. Bucks, Heat, and Nets. GD Hog, I think Miami just quit. They're making their tea times. GM says Miami starters playing like bench players. Jose Matos laughing. Tennessee T says Bam scared to shoot, playing like trash. Jamie Holder says Miami playing trash right now. Top Dog says Gabe is not big enough to play defense on anyone. 4 for 23, pathetic. Well, yeah. I mean, it's been a rough day again for Miami. 22 for 72 shots for Miami tonight. 5 for 35 from 3. Shake my head, Bam. What's happening? This game is not on Bam, guys. He's doing more than the rest of our stars. Well, actually, yeah, I know we're talking a lot about Bam, but I think he's still leading the team. Let me check real quick. He had 10 points. I think he didn't score any in this third quarter. Well, Gabe Vincent now has 10 as well, but that's it. So the offense is really not working at all. Ismael Rio says the Heat are injured. Rene Lewis, even when Bam shoots, he misses, so stop it. Kymer says Bam playing like a puppy, not a bulldog. They just look better right now. Someone needs to step up. Go Celtics, says Angela. And now Spoelstra talking about the good looks that Miami Heat had to close that third quarter. All right, let's go. Back to the game. Thank you for all your comments, for being here. If you have not done so, please subscribe to our channel. Jimmy Butler for 3 now, and it's not even close. Air ball. Another good look for Miami, and another missed shot from 3. And the thing is, Butler was by himself in this one, and that was an air ball. All right, let's try to forget about that one. 10-0 run right now for Boston as they finish the third quarter with an 11-point lead. Jason Tatum now. Back to Grant Williams. Tries to get a foul. Nothing. Rebound for Miami. That 50-50 ball, Miami got it. So, good sign there. Caleb Martin. Back and forth. Now to Jimmy Butler. Jump. Ooh, in and out. Bad luck there too. And now Heat ball again because Derek White couldn't hang on to the ball. So Jimmy Butler, that ball was in and out. Too bad in that occasion. We had to make those shots. Down by 11. Bam Adebayo now with Jimmy Butler. Jumps. And another time, it's way off. Now too strong. Derek White now on Max Strus. He spins. Back to Horford. Fakes. Jaylen Brown for 3. And he makes it. 14-point lead for the Celtics. Jimmy Butler with the ball for Max Strus. Going to his right, nothing. Back to Jimmy Butler. Another jumper for Butler, and that one comes in. So 72-60. Finally going in. And the Heat finally scored. I feel like they hadn't scored in like 5 minutes. So 72-60. 11 points for Butler now. He's leading the team with 11 points. That tells you everything you need to know. Jason Tatum, he's going to attack Strus. Goes for it. Finds Horford in the corner. Back to Tatum for 3. And another 3 for the Boston Celtics. 75-60 for Boston. Jimmy Butler now attacking the basket. Going for it. No foul call. He misses. Now it's getting a little out of control here. The Celtics. Jaylen Brown for 3. No. Fakes it. Passes. Now back to Tatum on the other side. Tatum with Max Strus on him. They know Strus is not a 100%. Another jump shot for Tatum. It's 17 points now. The difference for the Celtics. And the first timeout goes for Miami. 9 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Looking horrible. Looking horrible. All right. GM says Bam looks bad these last few games. Cass says Heat looking like a Division III college team right now. What in the hell that just happened? Corenza Lanier. Butler hasn't done anything since the knee problem. Yeah, I think his knee, it's really getting to him. Something's off. I mean, those 3 shots that he missed there, one way short, one way long, just not good. If he loses tonight, this will be over in 6, says Tony. Jason Mayer, Celtics just hanging out, waiting until their shots fell. They pulled Lowry too late. Bam's too scared to shoot. Tony Morales, they guys need to catch fire and go. Airballs going on. Maybe Jimmy needs that surgery right now. He already gave up. The pickup games at my local 24-hour have more energy and better shooter than from 3 than the Heat. After this game, the team will disband its lineup for much better next season. Settling for 3s. Jonathan Clark says, Bam, you're getting paid $173 million. No excuse for your production. This is why we need Herro. Butler's afraid to go to the room now. They're taking advantage of Gabe on defense, just like Lowry. We don't win tonight, says Janet. Def James says, this starting lineup has been mid all season and Lowry sucks. Another air ball. Heat trolling. Heat's not healthy. It's over. Jimmy's not healthy. It's over. Piece poor body language. They couldn't win without a healthy Butler. Cancun babies. Keep Bailey's going to trash Miami. Well, he does that anyway. This game looks over. Sadly, he can still catch up. Starting 5 to 30 points, bench 28 points. This makes no sense. Never mind, it's over. This is why we're Ducks. 17 points. Bam didn't contest that 3 by Tatum. This team already gave up. Brian Lewis says, we done. Fernando Lopez defense wins championships, they said. Well, yes, but you need a minimum offense, I guess. That's the second part of that comment. I hate this team. Bro, it was 59-57. Yeah, I know. And then he just went on. Now Jimmy wants to be aggressive. Seriously, this game is over, says Dominic. All right, we got so many comments. Tony says this season is over. Dev James says bright side is summer vacation starts Friday, y'all. Jose Matos, great season. Heat Nation, we need some trades. Please don't ask me. I have my own opinion. Let's go Dolphins, baby. And a lockdown defender, 0 scorers now. Lowry injured as well. He's out for the game. Heat either leave it all on the floor for the next 9:35 or their season is over. Play Markieff and UD at this point. Another blowout. This loss is going to cost us a series. Lowry has been the biggest disappointment, says Dev James. Rennie Lewis says, hey, they got in the bonus in the third quarter with 7 minutes left. I guess those 2 quarters were a fluke. I don't know what Bam needs to do to be aggressive. Tony Morales, we might need as well pack and get ready to win at Boston. All right. Let's get ready for the last 9 minutes. Here comes the Miami Heat. Duncan Robinson for 3. He misses. Rebound by Bam Adebayo. Every time Bam goes down, like he brings the ball down, they strip the ball off his hands. I don't know how. Look at DJ Khaled going off. That was a foul. That was a foul on Bam. That was a foul. All right, Jaylen Brown for 3 now. And he hits it. So 80-60, just like that. It's a 20-point game late in the game, so it's hard now to come back from it. And now Gabe Vincent throws it away. Kyle Lowry will try to re-enter the game now. They're down by 20. The Heat was up by 5. 21-2 run in the last 6 minutes. They call a foul now late on PJ Tucker. Now it's going against Jimmy Butler now. All right, here we go. Jason Tatum. They're white. Now to Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum. Now double team. Back to Jaylen Brown. Another long 3. And another make for Jaylen Brown. Bam Adebayo. Finally attacking the basket. And he gets called for foul. Grant Williams. A little too late for being aggressive now. Bam. Only 60 points at this point of the game. I mean, both last 2 games have been just horrible. And I would go back to game 3. Those, I mean, especially the last quarter, the Heat struggled to score points too. So they just don't have it right now. And it's hard to battle to go to a finals game if you do that. They scored 82 points in game 4, and we thought there was no way they can do worse than this. Well, right now they're in 61, so not looking good at all. Bam Adebayo with a free throw. 62 points now. 8 minutes, 10 seconds left in this game. Travel now. $83.62. Let me see. Well, right now, 24 for 80 for Miami from the field. 30%. Adebayo goes up 2 more points, 83-64. But that's the thing, though. This is the Bam Adebayo that we wanted to see early. He now has 14 points. But why not earlier in the game? Second team foul. Five fouls on Kyle Lowry already. Duncan Robinson is back in. Jason Tatum has PJ Tucker on him. Ball back to Tatum. Oh, that looked like a push. Jaylen Brown open. Grant Williams open as well. They miss it. Rebound for Bam Adebayo. Here comes Bam. A lot of basketball to play here. Bam Adebayo now spins back and makes it. 2 more points for Bam. 16 points for Bam Adebayo tonight. 83-66. But that's the thing with Bam. I keep telling him. I'm gonna keep saying it. That could have happened earlier. Derek White now goes past Lowry. Deflection and his Celtics ball. Esta mierda. No challenge for Spoelstra. Too late, and now a 2-pointer by Jason Tatum. Adebayo another shot, and he makes it. 86-68. Jason Tatum for 3. He misses. They're going to have to start missing now after all those makes in consecutive shots. Bam Adebayo driving. Deflected by Robert Williams. Adebayo got hit. They're going back at it. Derek White with Duncan Robinson on him. He's going to attack. Spins and 2 points. Easy for Derek White. 87-68. 14 points for White. He would be my MVP tonight because of what he did earlier. He gets blocked by behind Duncan Robinson. Back to Bam. Screen. Duncan Robinson for 3. Robinson makes it. We should have done this earlier. 87-71. Jaylen Brown with a huge dunk on Bam Adebayo. Well, Bam didn't even go up. Pat Lowry and Alonzo Mourning not looking happy. Andy Ellisburg is down there not happy either. Duncan Robinson, and he gets fouled. And that was a foul on a pass. Too bad Duncan Robinson was not shooting because that would have been 3 free throws. This play is going to be in all the highlights. Bam Adebayo. The ball back to Kyle Lowry. Great pick and roll. He misses. That was an air ball. Way off. Kyle Lowry 0 for 5 from 3. That's going to be a timeout. Jimmy Butler's going to go to the line. 89-71. The ESPN guy is like, the Celtics with the great defense. No, it has not been the Celtics with the great defense. All right. Let's go to the newest comments, and we'll work our way up. Trade Lowry to Cancun. Ronald Fonte says Lowry should be traded to a retirement home. Luis Manuel says, Luis, what happened when you stop building through the draft and get these undrafted dumpster players where they weren't drafted for a reason? Anger is hard, says Greg. No reason to continue with this team. Blow this crap up. Bam is a bum. But the thing is, he just showed that he can do it. That's what makes me mad. When they do it when it's already 20 points down. No. All right. Fernando Lopez says, great pass by Lowry. I don't even like Green. Are we averaging 80 points this series? That's a good question. That's a good question. I think we're not. Well, no, we actually scored 100 in the second game of the series, 102. So no, we are averaging that in the last two games, though. Nick Johnson, Tyler can go to in the package. Those faces says it all. Greg Trey, Heroes a bust. Bomb got pasteurized. We're struggling to break 80 every game. Good season, y'all. Airball again. I can't believe Bam stepped away from that. Let me see. Attacking big. He's a defensive play of the year. Duck that. Dolphins will be fun to watch. Bam plays hard when the game's over. Shaq used to say it. If someone's trying to dunk on me, I'm going to take him down. Bam, on the other hand, steps aside. Our undrafted gods were guys weren't the problem. First rounders, Herro and Bam were below average this postseason, and Lowry is washed. Luis Manuel del Busto, man, this is hard to see. Can we bring it home for Game 7 at least? Is there a record for airballs scored in a one playoff game? Valanciunas and Ingram for Bam, Lowry, Duncan, Herro, Depot. You're gonna give the entire team away. Whoopity doo! 100 points in one game. Well, in two of the five so far. We just need a true center. Put Bam back at the 4. Bam is at best a third option. Herro, Bam, Lowry, Duncan, and Jimmy all gotta go. Blow it up. Go after Durant and rebuild. Go after Durant. Okay. Better luck next year. Bam can't play at the 4 in 2022. He can't score. The offense would be worse. Get rid of Bam, Lowry, and I'm not giving up on Herro. He's still too young, still learning. Ronald Fontes should retire and let Coach Quinn take over at this point and challenge Bam to step up. Bam should have taken that charge. We need a true scorer. Dave James, lucidity. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Nick Johnson says, will definitely be an interesting offseason for Miami. Spoelstra should have gone big, not small. Jason Mayers, the Heat aren't trash, but Boston is way better. They have so much more talent. It's obvious. Our grit and grind got us to win. Congrats. All right, Jimmy back. And the line, 89-73. 4 for 17 for Jimmy Butler tonight. That also didn't help, that injury on his knee. 89-73, so 16-point game right now. 5 minutes to play. Let's see. And you can notice the difference there after he got kicked by Pritchard, how everything changed in this series. Turnover by Tatum. So 4 minutes, 41 seconds for Miami. We need solid offense and solid defense to close this game and make it a little closer to finish it off. Jimmy Butler now. Jimmy Butler for Duncan Robinson. Mid-range shot by Butler. Back to Gabe Vincent for 3. And that makes it a 13-point game, 89-76. So still not quite over. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. 13 points for Vincent. Jaylen Brown. Horford now. Horford. He finds Jaylen Brown in the corner. That's another turnover. No, that's a hit out of bounds. So it's going to be Celtics ball with 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Jason Tatum. 5 seconds. Step back 2. He misses. Rebound for Jimmy Butler. Butler now for Duncan. Duncan to his left. Finds Vincent to his right. Vincent attacking the basket. Now Robinson for 3. Short. Too bad it was short. That's a foul against Bam. Ah, man. Duncan could have made it a 10-point game with that 3-pointer. He missed it. Third. Yeah, that was a clear foul by Bam, holding Williams the third. Miami's hitting 32% tonight from the field, so and 7 for 42 in this game. Tatum now. 7 seconds left. 6. White from the corner. Wide open off air ball. Gabe Vincent for 3. He misses. That was not a solid offense there by the Heat. But I understand Vincent is probably frustrated. Udoka asks for a timeout. So 13 points is the difference. The Heat have 3 minutes left. It's Celtics ball right now. And we'll see what happens. All right. Trade Bam for Aiden. They shouting, "Let's go Celtics" in our arena. Rene Lewis says, "I really don't think y'all pay attention to basketball." Ronald Fonte says, "I'm cool with Vincent shooting, but not from that far." Yeah, I think he was a little rushed in that last shot. Bam and Harden are a perfect match. Go get Joel. We need a real warrior. Pat Riley needs a Prozac. Bam is better than Aiden. Indate says, "So where are all those people who said Lowry over Dragic? Embiid to South Beach." 2 years ago, Jimmy said Bam is one of his favorite teammates. What do you think he's going to say now? You all need to chill with Bam. His problem is that he should be at the 4. Well, I think his problem is that he's not consistent with his aggressiveness. He showed it. He used to start this fourth quarter. He went on a run for like 6 or like 8 points, just like that. Why not doing it once every quarter? Get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots up. He can do it. That's the thing. I mean, looking at tonight's numbers, just looking at shots, at field goal attempts, it's 18 for Butler, 14 for Adebayo. But I feel like those from Adebayo were at least half of those were here in the fourth quarter. I don't know. Vincent only 10 shots. Robinson 11. Those are your top shooters tonight. Jason Tatum. Now for Jaylen Brown for 3. He misses. Rebound for Tatum. That would be it. No, blocked by Adebayo. 8 seconds now for Boston. Smart against Jimmy Butler. Back to Jason Tatum. Floater. He misses. Rebound. Now again on Robert the Williams III. And that's an offensive foul on Tatum. That was a stupid foul by Jason Tatum. He got Robinson in the air. He could have just faked it and gone for it. And then he tried to bump into Duncan Robinson. That's stupid. That was a dumb foul by Tatum. Did not make any sense. Duncan Robinson for 3. He gets touched. No foul call. So right now, looks like it's quite impossible. Celtics with the ball. Jason Tatum. 11 seconds. 10 seconds. 8 seconds. 6. He shoots and gets called for a foul. Gabe Vincent. So that would be pretty much it, I think. Joel Embiid, by the way, tweeting, "Miami needs another star." That's interesting. (91-76). Gabe Vincent now with the ball. 15 points again. They cut it down to 13. 2 minutes left in the game. Bam Adebayo now going at Al Horford. Spins back. He misses. And this would be it for tonight. They're going to win it here. And we're going to head to Boston on Friday for Game 6. Deflection. Jaylen Brown now going in, rolls around, and he gets 2 more points. The Heat call for timeout just to get the starters off the floor, but it's just 1 minute 32 seconds left. That was it for tonight, I guess. 93-76. Series over, says Dominic Woods. We have up through quarter. I don't know. You don't know me, says Jonathan Clark. I hope they plan on playing Yurt next year, says Nick Jackson. Luis M says team should have been blown up after last season. Now we're stuck with Duncan and Lowry. You're not stuck with Duncan. You can trade him somewhere still. Head to game 6 for Boston facing the Heat. Riley gonna fix this. Heat fans since 2001 know you're not a fan of fanboys. Lowry and Duncan contract were awful. Pat is washed. 18 points, 18.79 million caps in space. Yeah, I do you a switch hitter. Like always, let me see. Like always, thank you, Alejandro. Gracias, Tocayo. And Embiid, a South Bitch. Ronald Fonte, I don't see the Heat winning 2 games against the Celtics. It was a good run. We know the changes we need this offseason. Predictable offense. Predictable offense. We need to change the starting lineup. Take Lowry and Bam out. I mean, at this point, going back to Boston, down 2-3 in the series, why not? Why not? Never mind. This is over in 6. Miami give up Heat. Dev James says, enjoy Memorial Day. I know the Heat players will. Michael Cruz says, looking forward to watching the Marlins full time after Friday. Well, the Marlins are not doing so hot either. Series not over. Rene, that's the spirit right there. Over for sure, says David. I don't know. For all of you that are saying that it's over, I have a question for you. Are you going to watch the game on Friday? If you're watching the game on Friday, that means you don't think it's over. Eastern Conference was our ceiling. Kai Mert says, what's the record for team coming back from being down to 3-2? I mean, it shouldn't be that bad. I mean, 3-2, you're right there in the series. Heat not going to win Boston. You're all prisoners of the moment. Heat in 7. I like your energy, Rene. I like it. I do. You're at 7 with 2 points, 93-80. 2 in a row. We can do it. This series isn't over. There's still 2 games left. I bet you all think Dallas gone beat Warriors after last night. I'm watching and praying. There you go, Alan. Not bad at all. Still gonna watch and hang out, Alejandro. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna be here on Friday, so make sure you come back to it because we'll be here. Too bad this got away the way it did, especially early in the game, man. I feel like Miami could have gotten more points up when the Celtics were really struggling early. Didn't happen. Missed a lot of open shots, missed a lot of opportunities, and now this is over for tonight. Hancho 2K throwing up. If Lowry's benched, then we have a chance, says Dev James. Well, maybe Gabe Vincent starts next game. I mean, why not? Prisoners of the moment were 2 games in a row. We can barely crack 80 points. Well, and actually tonight was just 80. So 82 in the last game, 80 this game. That was bad. 7th at home. Why are we giving up? Yeah, that's right. The 7th game would be at home if we win game 6. So why not? Honestly, the energy going to be too much on Friday. I can't believe the Heat just gave up. It's over. Bummer, says our friend Gaylord Joring. Eric Reed, fans give up before our team did in our stadium. Was so dead all game. Our team can't feed off that energy. It's always hitting 7. Highsmith, Markeef, I don't understand. Well, too late now. Funeral on Friday, says Nick Johnson. Joel LaSalle says, we need the ball in the hoop. Too many air balls and bricks. Look at that. Boston scored 93 points. We should be winning these games. We're just not scoring the basket. That's it. Gonna be a blowout, says David Jones. Rene says, ha ha ha, to all the fake fans in the chat. Rene's a real fan. Rene, you are my guy. Van says, Jimmy gave up. I don't see him playing like Jimmy like game 1. Ray Lewis says, Spo, go. Bam and Hero just ain't real. Ain't it be real? They ball. Remember, we have post-up show as soon as we're over here. Go head over there. Honestly, I think the Heat can still win it, but Celtics have been looking like the better team in this entire series. Alejandro, problems or role players will be their worst enemy in Boston. As is, we don't play well under pressure. Imagine in all right, I'm tired. In an elimination game. Remember, this is gonna be the first elimination game for Miami in these playoffs. Bring back Kyle Guy. Hero hasn't played for 2 games, but you all blame Hero. What a losers. We need Hero. Nick Ordonez. 1-12-79 gonna be the score on Friday. No need to watch. All right, David. Make sure you're not here in the chat. Bummer in the mouth. Move on. Yeah. Ready for next game. Alan says, haven't seen significant changes. I'm going drinking Friday. I'm not watching that game. Well, you can drink and watch the game, Dominic. So think about that. Why play Lowry and Butler if they're not 100%? Well, because they're in paper, they're the better guys. That's it. They're not gonna bench Jimmy. They might bench or just sit Lowry out entirely because he's not really giving you anything. 93 whatever points. If you say we lost, you can't count. We have 0 mental toughness. 3 of the 5 games we didn't even show up. Final versus Lakers, none show up unless Jimmy. We can't manage our focus somehow. It's sad because our defense plays well. I like culture, but this game says it all. HB Sports, thank you. Rene Luis, true Heat fan, never give up. You're right, Rene. HB Sports, when you can't make shots, you lose energy. We all tired, hermano. Yeah, I know. We are tired. We're about to be done here. 2 more games left. He'd need to go big. 7 for 43, 7 for 45 from threes. That's a horrible number. Yeah, I mean, that's the answer right there. Great Netland says truth. Xavier says they look so damn exhausted. That's pathetic. Caleb should have started the third. Embiid wants to come to Miami. Jose Lucas. Yeah, he was tweeting about it. Why are we missing wide open shots though? I don't know, Eric. I don't know. Kevin Brown, no heart. Okay. Lowry needs to go. Overpaid. Lowry pure trash. Ronald Fonte says our role players play great when we're winning and like trash with our backs against the wall. I hope I'm wrong. I'll still be in the hangout. Thank you, Ronald. I'll see you on Friday. He looked very tired and banged up. Blow it up, Pat, says HM. Catering Abreu, Boston getting payback for the bubble. We'll see. Still not over. Caleb and Depot need to play bigger minutes, and Lowry needs to be out of the rotation. And Vincent needs to start. Yeah. Max Strus and Kyle, only 1 made shot the last 2 games. Yeah, Max Strus really struggled too. Damn, let me check his box score right now. Well, the entire team struggled, but Max Strus only 4 points, and those 4 points came from the couple of trips to the free throw line. So read the winner within. We will get this. Pat Riley's a prophet. Alex the Great says trade Bam and Lowry in the offseason. Ethan jinxes. Ethan has been in all of the games. The Miami Heat are 10-6 in the playoffs, and they were doing great at home. So I don't know. I don't think it's on Ethan. Lowry needs to get traded. Love my Heat. Lowry don't play if you're hurt. I'm sorry, no other answer. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, he hasn't been the same. Cordell Minis is still proud of the Heat Boston. He's just better. He's laughing. David Solomon's laughing at Kyle Lowry. Allen says, so true, lack of offense, and suddenly no one is defending. Jonathan Clark, Jimmy Butler has to drop 45 and 10 and have a LeBron game 6 in Boston. That's a thing. You're not done yet. 3, not 4. Whiteside is the worst country in history. Lowry's up there too. Artman says, not losing hope, but damn, this is what happens when 2 great hardworking teams play. The talent is the key difference. Yeah, could be. Frank Almanzar says, Abreu, yup. That's why I wanted us to play the Bucks instead of the Celtics. Jason Mayer says, exactly 10 years ago, Miami was down 3-2 for going to Boston for Game 6. Keep the faith, boys. That's great, Jason. Great to remember those moments. Exactly. They scored 93. That's not too impressive. Yeah, I know. That's why I keep believing this team can win these games. Couldn't convert on C's turnovers in the second quarter. Yeah, I mean, and they were missing a lot of shots too. Kala Billy Lowry. I blame myself for this L, Keimer. I didn't wear my Miami Heat t-shirt today. Come on, Keimer. You have to wear it. Make sure you wear it on Friday. Wade LeBron says, I'm pissed. I can't say what I really want to say on here. Don't worry. Go take a shower, go relax, and be back here on Friday. Daryl Mitchell says, the recipe for the win is this. Plain simple. Jimmy and Tyler need to get healthy. Kyle needs to sit if hurt. Bam needs to do the entire game what he did in the fourth. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what's going on with Bam Adebayo now. We need a psychologist for him. I don't know. You, my guy, too, Alejandro Rene. Thank you. Isaac Victor says, Udotor says, we should have acquired Fred VanVleet instead of Lowry. No, but Fred VanVleet is the face of that franchise right now. They're not going to give him away. Max Truss total box problem. It has been itching, and he's been struggling the last couple of games too. So maybe Spoelstra goes wild, and why not Duncan Robinson from the start and Gabe Vincent? I would do it. Prince Santiago. Let me see what were the numbers for Robinson. He scored 11 points. He was 4 for 12 tonight. 3 for 10 from 3. All right. Well, a little better than the rest. Gabe Vincent, 15 points. He should start next game. Bam Adebayo also, 18 points. He can be more aggressive from the beginning. Do what he did on game 3 at Boston. 13 points for Butler tonight. No more undrafted players, please. Prince Santiago, caring about the media going to destroy Miami tomorrow. I don't care what about they say. Kevin, just listen to our pod here. Don't listen to anybody else. Good point, Frank. People talking like the series is over, not over. Alan says mentally this team has already lost. A lot of comments. Thank you guys for staying here and with your comment. This is needed, my Heat. This is some soft Heat generation except Jimmy. We are plus 8.5 on the spread Friday. We're cooked. Martin over Struz. 305 love is there. Kalar is a disappointment. Jason, thank you. Princess Jimmy should have been more aggressive from the start. I don't know if his knee is bothering him, but that's no excuse. He chose to play, looked way too passive. Say whatever, yo. Bender is a tender soul. Well, he led the team tonight with 18 points. Imagine if he was more aggressive. He can get to 30 points again like he did already in this series. I would trade Bam for Nikola Jokic right now. Why would Denver do that, Kevin? Why? We need to hypnotize Bam like Mike Tyson used to do before his fights. Bam needs LeBron psychologist. Yes. Bam needs to work with Hakeem or Bosch this offseason. You see, I'm fuming. Wade LeBron. Ronald Fonte says, I don't see Lowry playing better next season at 36, going on 37, and he also looks heavier than he did at the beginning of the season. We won 2 series without Lowry, and now we're losing 1 because of him. And bam, says Izaki. Heat set another franchise for most 3-pointers missed tonight. Yeah, 7 for 45. It's a lot. Shout out to Gabe Vincent for remembering we had a game today. John Dawson said, at the end of the day, we have shooters that can't hit shots, an all-star that won't even look at the basket, a veteran point guard that gives us absolutely nothing, and an unraveling defense. Prince Santiago says, why did everyone only get aggressive at the end of the game? So what? Yeah, I know. YM says, Depot, Butler, Duncan, PJ Bam in game 6. Yeah, that could be an option, but I think it would be better if Vincent starts. He's been doing well lately, so why not? And come and let Depot come from the bench with Max Strus. And we'll see what happens with Tyler Herro. Did we just completely forget about Marcus Morris as a big body or what? Yes. No minutes for him in these playoffs. Rene Luis Bam just needs to be aggressive whether he misses or makes. Keep PJ, everyone else. Bye, says Ronald Fonte. Jason says, series is over. Can you see how Jimmy's playing? This series is over. Isaac, Jimmy's not 2012 LeBron. Third quarter losses game. There's something wrong with that lineup. Can we trade Bam? I don't know. That's going to be the solution here. Went for a bunch of dogs to a bunch of, I don't know. I don't see what that animal is. Bunnies? Just imagine, Alejandro. Ear hungry. Yeah, why not? Bam is trash, says B Smokey. Jimmy Butler, when he gets home, he's going to see LeBron James Game 6 performance for 2012. Jimmy Lowry is the worst contract in his history. Big Smoke is laughing. Kyrie, this was still a hard-fought matchup. Just wished Bam was more consistent and aggressive. Shout out to Riley and Spo. We fixed this thing. Jimmy ain't no LeBron. He wished. Luke Joels, Max Hoos, Jonathan Clark. Bam gets paid $173 million. He's a grown man. We have to keep reminding him to show up. Why not play Omer? I think that's not an option for Spoelstra, honestly. But he's been getting more minutes than Markieff Morris, for example. No more pizza for me, Alejandro. Yeah, Ronald, eat something different. Eat a salad on Friday. Salad and grilled chicken. Even when Bam was aggressive in the fourth, he had that play where he blew his first step on his defender and passed it into turnover. Trade for Donovan Mitchell, another one of the options. Go get Embiid, another option there. He was just tweeting about it. I don't get it. Even when he has 2 plays in a row dominating, Bam just thinks he's supposed to pass next time. It's like robotic play in his head. He's not in the moment. Lowry needs to go this offseason, and I'm sick of Bam, man. He can go too. All right, guys. We read all of you guys' messages. Well, we had 2 more. Gabe Vincent already got his stripes as a starting point guard. Hate to say it, but it's true. Get rid of Kyle Lowry. Yeah, I would start Vincent for Game 6. Boo, salad, grilled chicken. Well, I don't know if you were here, Greg, but he told us he's going to climb a mountain sometime soon, and so he's just eating pizza tonight. That was his cheat meal. So that's what I'm saying to him, to go back to his grilled chicken and salad. Why not? You want to know something sad? We have a Tua as a starting quarterback. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I know it was not what we expected at the end of this game, but we had fun with you. We always love to hang out with you. If you haven't not done so, please subscribe to our channel and please turn the notifications on. I'm sorry. I know it's a sad night tonight, but let's dwell on it tomorrow and get back to it on Friday. That's what you have to do. The Miami Heat are flying to Boston for Game 6 of this series, down 2-3. So the first elimination game for the Miami Heat on this offseason. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the game and go watch the post-up show that is going live right now here on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. See you on Friday, guys. Don't go away. See you on Friday. Ronald says, Alejandro, like always, amazing job. And thank you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We will see you back on Friday. See you. Have a good night.